Hello and welcome to the finale of the War of the Gods mod. I am the host tonight, or this morning, or whenever you're watching this. I am Woodhouse204, and I'm joined by my good friend Gareth and my mortal enemy Alex. Say hi, guys.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, I'm happy to be here. I'm excited for Woodhouse's final episode.
Yeah. Hopefully. It will be the end, one way or another. This is the end.
He's retiring from YouTube. In fact, after this episode finishes, we're just retiring YouTube. The entire format, we're just cutting it off right there.
Oh yeah, YouTube's over after this. It won't be able to handle the end that we've got planned for this.
You'll have to watch it all in multiple TikTok videos John creates.
Oh Christ, no. Anyway, so as you can see on screen, we have just defeated Xeon in this particular save game, and we are about to enter the end game. But that's not all we've got planned. We have some questions from our audience, I guess that's the way to put it, and we're hopefully going to go through those and answer them for your entertainment and your betterment of knowledge of this game and how we feel about it. Right, let's get on with it. It's been 6 months for too long. We want to get through this.
Do we want to do the story Narrative, and then when you're doing the fight, you want me to MC through the questions?
Yes, please. That seems like the way to go. So, why was it true? Did Ellis's face turn pink? Is that really how it goes? I always thought there was more to it than that.
That was the vanilla game.
Yeah. Woody, did you hear? The princess's face turned pink. Ah, Woody, that cave you found incredible.
Oh. Should have been what was there, or is.
Yeah. Now Parmesia and something are only a day's walk away. It's revolutionized commerce and travel. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I'm really enjoying the fact that Alex has corrected his own grammar in this.
Yeah, no, I mean, it saves me a job.
That was a missing word, but yes.
Thanks to Galam and Pakalon, we have great allies against any threat. Why? Who could be a threat at this point? Woody, you will kiss her? I don't like you anymore, Ty. That's a vanilla line, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Galim is making a statue of Lemon as a memorial.
You can tell because it's grammatically correct.
Oh, guys, we can get this now.
There you go.
Hey!
Just in time.
Just in time. Well, I mean, technically it's still useful, so...
It is just there quickly, for a reason.
Wait. Sir Ashton told me not to let you go out today. You have to be here. Damn.
You know, it's funny, if you go out, actually, there's still a crater of Grands.
Yeah. Yeah, of course it is. I heard a rumor.
Does everyone just sort of just walk out of the tower and be like, ah!
Just all fall to the deaths, yeah. Are you going to kiss her? Shucks, I wish I was young as you. So do I.
That's a good scene.
I envy you. I'm an old woman now. Nobody kisses me anymore.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. You're wrong! I'll kiss you, even though I'm married to another woman.
Even though there's no connection to us at all, I'll just kiss anyone!
Pretty much.
Yeah, they're old.
As long as you're
yeah, take it where you can get it.
As long as you're old enough.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's bars around here like that.
I think we talked to everyone, haven't we?
Have you checked the well?
I'm so happy I'll get to see Ellis again.
But do you get to kiss Ellis? Again?
No, she doesn't. If you want to talk to more people before you talk to Astral, you can talk to people in the castle. If you don't want to, that's fine, I was just saying.
And this guy.
That's a guy? Chester better not be the one who kisses her. If he kisses her, he'll have my hoof prints on his rump.
Interesting romance that nobody knew of.
Yeah, I never knew that. Is that vanilla as well?
That's vanilla, and if you talk to her, I think in the beginning of the game she mentions, like, oh, is Chester traveling with you? Like, is he going to be gone a while?
We have a lot of guests today.
Yep.
I don't know, is there anyone...
Me and Alex.
Is there anyone that we should be talking to here, Alex?
No, not... It's just for your own edification, just so people say, if you go in the castle, like half your guys are there.
Yeah.
No, is any of it changed, or is it all vanilla stuff?
It's changed a little bit, I think. I forget what. I think no Peters has changed. I think Road and Zinc.
Okay, all the cool people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is she still sleeping? Astral said he knew who.
I like how Zinc and Road are blocking off.
Yep. Hello, Woody. You look good. The caravan is working well. I found some more ruins. Ha ha ha!
When you say like the ha ha ha, it's like I like to think that he's maybe just gone a little mad.
That's kind of how he is, isn't it? 6 months since that battle. I hope Lemon is okay. Woody, how are you? I received an invitation for today's festivities. I'm happy to say that everyone looks well. That seems very cordial of Slade there.
He's a very nice rat.
Yeah, I guess so. Grand Seal is beautiful. Chester told me about it, but it's better than I pictured. Road is crazy,
kind of implies
but he's the best.
The greatest.
He's living his dream of continuous adventure. Woody, will you join us?
I kind of like that even in vanilla games, Zinc and Road are like buddies. Like,
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
Fit for them.
Yeah.
You get the feeling that when Zinc powers down, Road's just like leaning over him, like, tell me your secrets. And then Zinc's just like, I'm not asleep yet. Just back up.
Volcano won't let me serve him, comma. He says I ask too many questions.
Hey, it's the wrong tier as well.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Don't worry, I've got you back then. I got an invitation to a wedding party. Who's getting married?
Shotgun wedding.
Yeah, no kidding. Sir Astral invited Peter and I. It's hard to believe there was ever a threat of evil. King Pakalong asked me to say hello to you. He should see this beautiful castle.
Not too many stairs, though.
Yeah, this is wonderful. Woody, you were younger than the princess, but now you're older. Odd she didn't age while captured by Xeon. She was in the blip.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
She just got lucky.
Thanos.
Well, because I added that line as like, odd she didn't age while captured by Xeon, because it's like, yeah, that's convenient.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Excuse me, is there anyone else I should be talking to? Or... Alright. Let's further the plot then.
Let's talk to your shotgun wedding
Minister.
grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just got the Peter Griffin. I just want to talk to him while he's loading the shotgun.
She's no longer poisoned, but she's still asleep. And Zerastral called us here. Who's going to kiss her?
Wonder who.
I will do anything for Princess Alice. I hope Sir Astral chooses me.
Sir Astral was going to go, everyone to the basement, and they play Spin the Bottle, and Sarah's like, it's just mean that he fetched me here. I'm not even interested in her. Not even that much.
I don't think it's going to be me, because I'm a centaur. Who will it be? Does Sir Astral know? I know somebody must kiss her. Who will it be? What will I do if it's... Morning, Woody! I like how Sir Astral just, he's just like, oh, this is a normal day. It's fine. There's nothing special going on today. Are you ready to go to the castle? Now, let's go see the king.
It's just every day I force miners into doing stuff against their will.
That's why he's taking the back road.
I always thought this scene was funny if you didn't use like Jaha and Chester, because everyone else is like decked out, and then like you might have unpromoted Chester who's level 3.
King Grantil, Woody is here. Please explain what is happening. Where's the minister, actually?
Yeah.
Oh, he's up. He's up top.
He's already there.
Yeah, he's with Ellis. He's hanging out with her.
Okay.
He's there with his magical sponge, and then 2 rings, a fully loaded shotgun.
Yeah. Listen up. It took 6 months, but the princess finally recovered from the poison. But she's still sleeping. We've decided to take Mitula's advice. Mitula, you mean somebody gets to kiss her?
Consent.
Yes, we feel this is the right time. And we need to decide which one of you will kiss Ellis. We don't have to decide. It's Woody. Yeah, Luke, don't you agree? Aha! Yes, Peter. I always thought Woody was the best choice.
Peer pressure.
Yep. Are you sure? Anybody disagree?
Everybody, you remembered the lines when I told you to say it's all Woody. Just keep it.
Nobody?
Well, I guess.
I understand what my friends are saying, but I love her. May I kiss her? Somebody say yes. He's super aggressive, like, he probably needs to take a chill pill.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, but I don't think Yaha is the right choice.
Have you written an unrequited love story into this now? That I don't remember.
This happens in Manila with Yaha.
Yeah.
I really don't remember.
By the way, Gareth, you'd be surprised at how much fan fiction there actually is for Shining Force stuff.
I imagine you've read loads of
surprised
it.
how much fan fiction there was for Shining Force stuff.
And how much of it can't be read without ruining your childhood.
Yeah, of course. I understand Yaha, but she's a human. A human is the best choice. Racism.
Yeah.
Woody is a human. They will make a cute couple.
Which is weird, because Janet before sounded like she was all about, was it Chester?
No, Janet is there because of Elric.
Yeah, but then she was like, oh, Chester said this castle is beautiful,
well, it's
and it is.
because Janet replaced May.
Yeah, get you.
Woody is a good lad with the manner of a knight. I think he is the best choice. Sorry, Yaha.
And Yaha eats his fingers at the
Yaha's
table.
a better class than the hero. So, unequivocally, we decided this last week. So, you know,
we did, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
Sarah,
without any argument.
Without any argument whatsoever, it went smooth as butter.
None.
20-minute video. Sarah, what do you think? Me? Well, I'm worried about her, but yes, a good choice. Woody will make her happy.
While John's doing the Sarah lines, I'll do the Sarah hand motion.
Yeah. Does she love Woody? I didn't know that. Stop! I will go and comfort her. Wink, wink, nod, nod.
In the only way a man with a magic stick can.
Oh, God. Kazin? Sorry, go on.
Sarah and Kazin now go on to star in their own game, Shining Wisdom, after this.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
They're not starring in it, but they're in it, and they're living together.
That's just another Shining Force game that I've never played.
You don't want to.
Is it no good?
It's a Zelda clone, and it's not a great one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, she needs someone like me. What does he mean? I don't understand.
Chester being me as a teenager.
They remind me of when I was young. Bro, you were young once? Good line.
Is it?
Be quiet, you buckets of bolts.
And thus the romance ended between man and machine.
You heard everyone. We think Woody is the right choice. Kazin will take care of Sarah. Everything went as you expected, huh? You knew that? Luke, you're smart. You're just not very good on the front lines. But I didn't know what Sarah or Yaha would do. I didn't want to hurt their feelings. That seems like some formatting may have gone wrong there.
Actually, I don't remember changing this. And the stuff in there isn't different, so I don't know. I mean, it's probably my fault. It's almost certainly my fault, but I didn't intend. Like, this is totally unintentional. How about that?
Okay.
That sounds like an apology that you make to your parents when you're about 15. Look, it's probably my fault. I know it's my fault.
Yeah. It's the
and I'm sorry for it.
It's the scene from Malcolm in the Middle where Francis is like, I didn't even know what was happening, and there's a burning car behind him. You know?
What's most likely is I opened a text bank without meaning to, and then I closed it. Before I closed it, I accidentally tapped the space bar, and it just shot everything over one that didn't mean to. That's why it all got pushed over.
Yeah, but how many times can you do that before you notice, though?
How many times can I do that before I notice? That's a good one. I like that. That was. Be there. I haven't had that many formatting issues. I don't think.
No, that's true. You just forget to put commas in and stuff.
Yeah. I don't forget. Yeah. I do not forget. I call myself out. I call myself out all the time. I have no shame about this. If someone can do it better, please, I want to see you do it better.
It's very true that he has no shame.
Yeah, none.
None whatsoever.
Woody, I choose you.
Get in the ball.
Now, Woody, please go awaken her. The Minister is waiting for you to make sure you don't do anything crafty.
So did Sir Astral just pick Woody, yeah?
Pretty much, yeah.
And then use the phrase, I choose you. Is he Sir Astral Catch'em?
Oh. Huh. Oh, Woody, I really respect you. Okay. Actually, is there any changed dialogue from...
I don't think I changed anything.
That could mean anything, though, couldn't it?
I don't think I did.
I mean, he's not smiling like he usually does, so...
You're blushing, just be cool. That's a good line.
Is it wrong when Sheila says that? I imagine her to be wearing like a leather jacket and smoking. Just be cool.
Yeah, I can see that.
Fitting.
Don't worry, he's tough. It's okay, I'll find a girl someday. What does he mean? I don't understand.
Man, Chester's a moron.
Kind of is, isn't he? That'll be enough.
And yet, here I am in human form.
Oh yeah, it's up here, isn't it?
Yeah. All the way to the top.
Oh, Woody. Wait,
back.
that's what Astral said as well.
Yeah.
You shouldered quite a burden for the kingdom. I'll be happy if you rule this kingdom with Princess Alice. Okay, sure.
Prince Regent.
Woody, please kiss her. And nothing else!
It's when Alex adds the word "go deep," the additional phrase of "go deep" at the end,
God.
where it goes.
Really, Gareth?
Come on.
We're meant to be making this for everyone to enjoy. Jesus. Princess is asleep. Will you kiss her?
No. Girls are gross.
Gross.
There we go.
Never mind.
See, in this image, her eyebrows are in the right place. Look at that, eyebrows on her face and not attached to her hairline.
I actually like her hair's bunched up at the back like that.
Yeah.
How it would be when she's lying down.
Either that or she just really likes. She really likes the beehive.
Should I save it here?
I wouldn't. The battle doesn't start. You'll know when to save.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can't skip this either, can we?
I would save it like the first turn of the battle if I were you.
All right. Okay, so we can't skip this, and it goes on for a little bit, doesn't it?
Goes on for a bit. Good time to start with some questions.
I think this might be a good time for that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure that due to the formatting on my PC, I can read this. So, question 1 comes from Reddit, the source of everyone's part of the internet. BFG9 dude, what was the reasoning in killing the usefulness of some classes like Magus? It made Kazin go from the best to worst unit in the game.
I feel like that argument has been brought. I feel like that argument was brought up by somebody else as well. It's a really good point.
Also, was the goal to make every unit less usable in general or in a niche way, or to change the meta of the original game?
The goal is to change the meta of the original game, and I'll argue with anyone about the effectiveness of the Magus class, especially if they end up using a Magus in their final party. I will certainly have that conversation with someone and be happy to do it.
We did have that conversation. That exact thing came up.
I know. While we're recording this, everyone else will get to see another video where you get to hear that discussion.
Yes, discussion. Yes.
No. The Magus class is fine for what it does. It's a nuker boss killer class. A lot of people don't like it. If you don't like experimenting with the ring effects, you're probably not going to care for it. But with the rings, you can cast a myriad of spells that you can never actually get on your character. So they have real utility. Now, if you happen to play the game in such a way that you don't enjoy utility characters, hold up, I'm going to pause. All right, never mind. I'm going to keep going. You're not going to like the Magus class, but I still find it effective, and I still find lots of people use them when they play. I'm going to let this scene play out because there's some dialogue here. What else is going on? I'll read it in a second.
Cool. I mean, look, if you want to see my side of this particular argument, because it's an argument that we had in the tier list video, so you should go watch that. It's not... Eh?
Sheila's on your team, and she's a Magus.
That comes up. We discuss it. Discuss it. Finally, you've won the day. Thanks to you all as well. However, you cannot remain here.
Dun 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 dun.
You and your allies will simply vanish to be remembered as a legend. It's better this way, young hero. This is different, right?
It is.
Yeah. Okay, Gareth.
And if you don't have the Necklace of Light in your inventory, the game
This
ends.
doesn't happen.
Wow. Yeah, it's
So,
kind of
John,
dark
we're gonna
the way she just goes.
Yeah. Oh
Like-
yeah. I thought that was.
It's
good,
better if you
actually.
guys just disappear.
Like, no. If you don't have the Necklace of Light in your inventory, like one of your characters has to have it on them. It doesn't matter who it's equipped to, but one of your guys has to have it. It'll just hang. The screen will just hang here forever.
This is where we discovered John has not got the item in an inventory.
Now what you have to do is wait about 5 minutes.
Well, tell you what, let's just keep going with the questions then.
Go for it.
Can I just want to tag on to the end of BFG 9 Dude's point about changing the meta. I generally feel that Alex has improved the meta by making all the classes usable in some shape or form, whereas previously certain characters I always felt got left by the wayside, even in their own class department.
Yeah, I agree.
Arguably, like Elric, certainly like Higgins. A lot. Just let me finish my point. Lots of characters in the original game were unusable. Now, you may not love Higgins now. You may not even like Screech, or some of the characters and what I've decided to do with them. But, and this also comes with a tier list video, there's a much smaller divide in the best character in this game and the worst character in this game than there is in the original.
Kiwi and Peter. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. In the vanilla game where, like, you had Peter up top, Peter and Karna up here, and, like, Screech down here, they're, like, worlds apart.
Yeah.
But, like, in every situation, you're going to use Peter over Screech in the vanilla game. Every single one.
Unless you're doing a challenge run.
Unless you're doing a challenge run. But if you're playing practically, you're going to.
Yeah.
Here, even Woodhouse would probably agree with me on this. There are times where you might want Luke in a certain situation more than you would want Geralt in a certain situation.
Okay, like the Kraken fight. The Kraken fight would be a good example of
Well,
that.
the Kraken fight, or if you're going up against a bunch of flying enemies and use this blast spell to, crack them out, or a ninja in some cases, in terms of just being able to hit with rays. If Geralt can't hit, does anything, but rays will always hit. So Luke would be better in that situation, not all the time, but.
Or you could just have like an entire team of casters because magic is broken, right?
Yeah, magic is totally broken.
Yeah.
Or the wheel demands it.
I mean, not everyone's going to do that, but yeah. All right, let's look at this necklace of light.
Boss fight.
Yeah.
The necklace of light shines brilliantly, and they're all your friends.
Okay, they're not spread out at all.
Nope. And
You really put some effort into the
the positioning.
the positioning of everybody there. So
Well, they get to come in waves.
Are we going to zoom out?
they come in
Are we going to
waves.
quickly?
All these regular enemies respawn?
Oh no, I wouldn't be that mean.
He would.
He
And
totally would.
He's not. But there you go.
So she has aura 4. Wonderful. An attack of 252. Is that the max, by the way?
No, the max is 255.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to be crazy.
No,
Woodhouse.
obviously, yeah.
Just 600 health.
An agility of
And
only
the ability-
79, though.
Technically, she has an agility of 79 plus 127.
I
But
forgot that.
it rolls
There's
over,
the-
and now
Yeah,
she
and it
gets
starts
double
at the zoo.
turns.
Great. And then
I
the
forgot that was the thing.
Spirit of
His
Volcano.
agility is
Vulcan.
127 plus 122.
Right.
Does that help? What else?
Help is such a strong word. Excellent. Okay, well...
Let's save here.
Yes.
Yeah. There was a local band in the UK called Score One for Safety, and they had a song called Wave Upon Wave of Needle Snakes. And I feel that song title is very apt for how Alex is describing this fight.
Alright, so do you want to get on with questions whilst I get on with winning?
With crying?
Yep. Okay. This is a multiple question, also from the legend that is Reddit. Ninja Point Guard. All of these questions are for Dark Claw. So, John, we can't answer.
Okay.
Would it have been possible to level magic power like in Shining Force 3 by tying it to attack or agility stats so the beginning of the game is less broken, or just for future mods? The Camila Fight. Why? I legit stopped there because it was too frustrating and I would have to have grind so much the rest of the game would be less fun. Also, general Shining Force 2 question. Can you or someone make a mod that fixes the ouch difficulty, maybe just by increasing the stats in Super, or is the AI difference at preventing that? Also, does your Shining Force love extend to Shining Force 3, or is it just limited to the 16-bit games?
Right, let me try and get that one question at a time. First one, so in this game, magic is tied to attack. So every magic attack or healing spell or whatever in this game is boosted by 1/3 of their attack. It is possible to tie that to agility as well, I believe. I know there's been some work. John, you want to use Karna. She's the one with aid.
Yeah, thanks.
But yeah, I know it's possible to tie to agility. I think they've done some work with that. To do your difficulty question with the ouch difficulty, there have been mods on Shining Force Central where they've tinkered with ouch, super difficulty, all that, and making them have, like, I think one, it's like the characters have higher attack and defenses, and there's another one where it's attacking and defense. They change them up slightly. I've not really looked into it, but I'm pretty sure it's there if you look. What were these other questions? Oh, the Camila Fight. Why? The Camila Fight because I wanted there to be one battle in the game at least, or at least a boss battle where the player had to think outside the box and do something different, because, and I think present company included would say, once you figure out what you need to do for the Camila Fight, it's not that bad.
Yeah. It was just execution at that point. Like, we understood what the game was asking of us. It's just we were struggling with actually doing it. But I would
also feel...
Go on, Gareth. Sorry.
I was going to say, also, we were purposely handicapping the run.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, once we, like... Because we actually had to stop for that... I don't know if you remember, that Camila Fight, we actually stopped using the wheel at that point. And once we did that, we were fine. Like, there was no problem with it. Once we used our best team, we didn't have a problem.
And what a player might do is, they might, like, they have to utilize road or a flying character in a certain way that they wouldn't normally think of to scoop around and cover Camila's spawn point and then take Camila out. And then it's a matter of wearing down the healers and covering their spawn points. And does it require some extra strategy? Absolutely. Is it completely broken? I wouldn't say so. No, I don't think that it is. And I don't think that even in this playthrough I've seen evidence of that. There are only 9 enemies in the fight, and granted, there are respawning enemies, but at the same time, cover the spawn points and you'll be okay. We all have smartphones. You can take a picture of the fight as soon as you start and where they're at if you want.
For everybody at home, that's actually what I did.
I'm sure you did. I did too.
Yeah.
I mean, also that map had the benefit of geography you can use as well.
Yeah, there are some landmarks of where they spawn. Volcano's coming for you, by the way. Was there another question on this there, Gareth?
He also asks, does your love of Shining Force extend to Shining Force 3, or is it just the 16-bit games?
No, I've tried playing Shining Force 3 a couple times, and I've never quite been able to get into it. And I think I realized what it is, that the battles, like the gameplay in Shining Force 3 are great from what I understand. Like I played through a couple battles. It's fun. It's good. The frustrating part with the Shining Force 3 is that it's painfully like the PlayStation, Sega Saturn generation of games, and you're reminded of it every second because here they have a nice grid system. So you walk around, you're exploring a house, and you can walk around the table, look at the bookshelf, bump into people, do what you need to do. And Shining Force 3, you very much go into a house to explore, and there's hardly anything in there, but you want to explore it anyway, and then you're getting hung up on a chair as you walk around a table. You're having to swivel the camera around to see it, because it's not nice and top and overhead to see everything. And it's a good game, and that's hard to, I feel bad saying that. It really is, but it's very hard to get around that. And you're talking to someone who, I love this generation of games, but it's painful,
There was a lot of growing pains with the 3D generation.
With
the first 3D generation.
It's that generation.
Yeah. They had to learn so many things that they hadn't had to learn before.
Well, you look at a game like even Final Fantasy VII, which has some, there's some rough edges there, I think, with Final Fantasy VII, but Final Fantasy VII is still aged better than, I could probably think of 30 other games on the PlayStation that aged significantly worse than Final Fantasy trying to do the 3D.
Yeah. But you got to remember that, at that point, Square was at, the very height of what their popularity was.
Oh, yeah.
And they probably had, money and resources to spare to be able to, do trial and error on those things and get it right.
You can look something similar to Resident Evil with Capcom, again, the resources to really get down a good 3D environment. And that's where people remember Spyro and Crash in those games, but not that many people remember a game like Croc or Bug Riders or some real obscure janky PlayStation 1 game.
I remember John being super excited that he bought Croc.
That was a good game.
Croc's a decent game, but has it aged well with Spyro the Dragon or Crash? Probably not.
No, it hasn't.
I bet Croc because I also like it. I'm just saying it does not age quite as well. Bye, Guyan. Oh!
But this is where...
All right.
Here comes the two sides of Alex's support. At the end of Ninja Point Guard's comment is thanks. We are now moved on to a couple of YouTube comments, and regular commenter Bowie Max Player 28.
192.
192.
Alex, how did you add the secret areas, and how did you move stuff around?
There are two programs I used almost exclusively for this. Shining Force Edit, which just lets you edit stats, spells, very nitty-gritty type of stuff. Weapon attacks, the spells on the cast, very easy to use, very user-friendly. Then I use the Caravan. The Caravan is a wonderful and fantastic tool that I had a very hard time using. You can change out, that's where you change out the art assets, like the sprites. You can edit those. And it was really great for that, and I was able to change around a lot of the maps, stuff like that. But it was it's definitely the build I used is unstable, so there are glitches, there are issues with it.
Is that the reason why you didn't put it on, or the Steam version isn't very stable as well?
The Steam version isn't very stable because the emulator for Steam isn't very stable. Anyone watching this, the Genesis emulator for the Sega Mega Drive collection, if you try saving in any RPG, it does not, the SRAM does not save well. I've heard multiple accounts of people playing Phantasy Star 4, great game, does not, the saves don't stick. Same thing with Shining Force 2, not even just my mod, just a lot of stuff with it, though my mod really does not like the save states or whatever emulator they're using there. But anyway, yeah, so to answer Bowie's question, I use those two programs, and then there are lots of ASM mod or hacks or mods to change up certain things like the poison, that sort of thing. So I did that myself. But like the train options, stuff like that, and I actually didn't do those. I got a guy named Seal, SIEL, on the Shining Force Central forums. He's done some amazing work. I actually asked him to do a couple of custom things for me, such as the requiring the Necklace of Light for this fight. Yeah, that's mostly what I did. And that's my recommendation.
Sorry, your audio cut out a little bit there, Alex.
Oh, yeah. Those are mostly the programs I use, and also just reach out to Shining Force Central forum. They're a good forum. They have lots of resources for people to use and pick up with.
Next comment, just quickly before we do, John. Next time you come around for Volcanon, it's mostly magic. I think is weak to, is it?
Yeah, I know. The guys I was using don't have magic. Like,
okay.
I thought you were stacking your holding with magic users because magic is broken, or did you want a challenge?
I hate these guys.
Yeah. We'll move on to Joe Perry from YouTube. Alex, how smart do you think it was for Woodhouse to use almost all the boosting items on a semi-useless Slade? And who would you have used all the items on, but you're not allowed to pick Kiwi?
Oh, okay, so I'm not allowed to pick Kiwi?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think it was particularly unwise for John to do it. Would I have done it? No, but John and I play games differently, as is discussed in a certain video that's being uploaded shortly. But I don't think it was a bad idea. If I had to pick one character to use them all on, I would say Bowie, just because you have to use them and just make him like your own boss character essentially at that point. You can just crush it. But if it wasn't Bowie, Geralt, I guess, just because I like him, but Geralt doesn't really need it. I don't.
What are you on about? He needs all that MP.
Yeah.
I would say Kiwi. Kiwi might be the best option.
Yeah,
you're not allowed to pick Kiwi. There's a stipulation.
I guess Peter then to make Peter almost usable.
Yeah. I mean, Peter for the items wouldn't have been awful. I think that our Peter may have been underleveled or underutilized. But I've never not wanted until this mod. I've always wanted Peter until now into a force. Continue. So continuing the YouTube comment theme, 12 Sephiroth, seeing as Final Fantasy has to appear in one of these videos somehow again. Question at Alex. Besides your credit card number, what couldn't you add due to limitations but you would have seen in the end product? Also, are you going to make another mod one day? Did you change how the dodge works because more agility seems to equal more dodge? Bear me a second. What was or was it always that way? I didn't seem to think so before. So what was the algorithm? Where's this gone? You used, and then at John, you've got a question, and then I've got a question. Oh no, I've just got a comment. So
right. Yeah,
Alex. Yeah. So okay. Alex.
What? So hold up. There are a lot of parts.
Go through that again, Gareth.
Yeah, sorry.
So he basically wants to know what would you like to have added, but you couldn't have added because of limitations.
Let's start with that one. I'll say this: anything is possible with ASM hacks. Like anything can be done with the game that you want it to. Once it gets once you start working like with assembler, you can pretty much anything you can imagine can be done.
So if you wanted to make like a brand new game from the ground up, just with the same sort of like building blocks, you'd be able to do that?
Yeah.
It would be a lot of work, but it could be done.
Yeah. I mean, look at like for anyone who's really into the the ROM hack scene, look at some of the Sonic hacks out there. They have Kirby in Sonic, where Kirby functions just like Kirby does, playing through Sonic, playing through Sonic's levels. You can look at some of the Super Mario World hacks where they turn Super Mario into like a pseudo like RPG side scroller. Like, there are thousands of hacks out there, I'm sure, where they've disassembled and done stuff like that. And granted, those games are a lot more popular than this game, so there's a lot more work being done, a lot more attention being paid to them. But theoretically, is it possible? Absolutely. I can't think of anything specifically I wanted to add that I absolutely couldn't, except for one thing. And that is, I wanted to add in more characters. 30 is a weird number of characters for me, I think. I think that's like an odd number of characters to have.
No, it's not. It's an even number.
I think it's a strange number to have.
There you go.
And I'm gonna keep this PG rated. It's not a number I like. I would have picked like 32 or 24 maybe, or something a little bit more rounder with the 12 characters you're allowed to use.
Yeah, okay, I could see the reason.
But that's like me getting like OCD kind of about it. So that's really the only thing I would say. To the next question, agility is tied to evasion. I think we've talked about that in other videos, and I think that's in the mod description. That's where Slade basically gets any of his survivability from dodging. And high agility, it affects hit rates along with dodge. It's calculated based off the difference between the attacker and defender in terms of agility. Oh, John, I'm sorry.
Look at that!
That animation was pretty cool, though.
Yeah, Machula,
she's one of the lizard people.
I
We
guess
always
so.
knew it.
Yeah.
She votes Tory, as we joke in the UK.
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
You like that though?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next question he had for me there?
The next question is actually for John from 12 Sephiroth, and that is: are you planning another Shining Force-esque game to record for us all to enjoy?
So I think this is probably the place to announce what I'd like to do next.
Or do you want to save it for the end of the video? Do you want to keep them dangling?
Yes.
Just keep them on the hook.
Yeah, let's do that. That seems like the fair thing to do. No, I'll say now, because I'm planning on playing a game called Tear Ring Saga, which is a game by the creator of the Fire Emblem series. But it was during a time when Nintendo weren't making the Fire Emblem games at the time. So he'd left Nintendo and made this game on the PlayStation 1. And it was so hotly disputed that Nintendo sued him, and the game was never released outside of Japan. So there's a fan translation of it, and I would like to play through that. And because I like the Fire Emblem games, I don't really talk about it that much. I like them a lot. They're a lot like... There are definitely some similarities between this and Fire Emblem games. And I don't think there's enough, I don't think enough has been said about this particular game, and we should bring some attention to it.
Confession, I've never played a Fire Emblem game.
Really?
Oh.
Huh.
You'd love them.
I have been told. It's the type of thing where, I just never played it. I don't know. Wasn't there a question if I'm planning on doing any more mods?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Not right now, and frankly, with the amount of time this took me and the amount of effort I put into it, because for various you need to do 8 on Bowie. You need to do 8 on Bowie.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. And it has to be 8 too, right?
It has to be 8 2 or above, yeah. If you do 8, yeah, or for various reasons, when I started this mod, I was gonna build on the Shining Tactics mod and just change it from there, but I could not. So I had to start from scratch with a brand new vanilla ROM and edit that, which might not sound like a huge change, but was a big. That's a lot more tedious and a lot more work.
Yeah.
So how come you had to start again?
Because Shining Tactics, basically, it works, but whenever I went into it, if I edited anything, it would fall apart. I couldn't do the ASM mods I wanted, because they had to be applied to a 2 megabyte ROM that had to be expanded to 4 megabyte ROM. But you had to apply the ASM hacks before it was expanded. The Shining Tactics one was already expanded, so with this one I had to make all the adjustments on the 2 megabyte ROM, then expand it when I wanted to do all the art and leave it there. So I do all the art and all the dialogue and all the text for this game. Last thing I did everything else first for it.
Yeah.
I gotta say, by the way, every time you say ASM, I keep thinking you're gonna say ASMR.
ASMR. Yeah.
So that went well.
So what did you learn from this, John?
Machula
Maybe
hits
not
hard.
push so hard.
Machula hits very hard.
What do you think?
She used that one ability against the character who has the most defense in my team, and one-shot him.
To be fair, it's a magic-based attack. It doesn't work off of defense. But, John, she doesn't even have max attack.
Sorry?
She does, like, her
No,
attack
she's
isn't maxed out.
Is it not max attack, but it's
It's
circled
only
around again?
252 attack. Only 252
Only,
attack.
yeah.
Look at Geralt's attack just for reference. Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
glad you are.
Gareth, let's go to the next question. Let me
Okay.
know if you want any advice. By the
Given
way.
Alex's response to John just dying, the next one is from Reddit from someone called Evil Goodwin.
Ah, yes, that makes sense.
I really enjoyed the series. You and Gareth are fun. So these I think are for me and John, and then there's questions for Alex. So what were the most surprising fights in the game that didn't include a boss unit? And what's a character that surprised you into becoming your favourite to use in War in the Gods? So John, fight that surprised you that wasn't a boss fight, and a unit that became your favourite that you weren't expecting to.
Well, I mean, that one's easy. That's Kiwi.
Yeah, agreed. I'm going to save us time and agree on that.
As for a fight that was fun that wasn't a boss fight,
I've got one in mind.
go on, because I don't.
I'm thinking of the Pakalon fight.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Simply because basically we had to abandon road. It
was
so funny.
It was Randolph, not Road.
Oh, it was Randolph. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
What about the,
And we did it to him again in another split fight as well.
I was kind of thinking y'all were going to say the Prism battle fight, actually.
The Prism
Prism
Flower fight
Flower?
wasn't so bad. I think that we had to
It
do
was
the
not bad,
Pakalon fight
interesting.
multiple times.
I don't know. I like that Alex obviously did work to make sure that the boss fights stood out. I
Yeah.
definitely like that aspect of it. As for the non-boss fights, I remember a lot of people being amazed at our ability to get through the Willard fight, and that's not a boss fight, is it? I mean, technically, I suppose it is, because normally
Technically it is.
he would
Yeah,
show up
yeah.
here, but
Here it isn't. And I'm not taking away from y'all from the Willard fight for y'all, but a lot of people do have trouble, and I do think you had a slight element of luck working in your favor there. Okay, never mind. No luck there.
No.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do struggle with it and do not like that fight. That's probably the fight I get emailed about the most, other than the Camila fight.
Yeah. I think we realized early on in the fight that the rats were designed to swarm us, and we sort of swarmed the rats instead. And I think our positioning just meant we could like box them in a little bit.
It wasn't even that. Though. It was. We got lucky because a bunch of our people inadvertently would go on top of their spawn points.
Yeah.
Which we didn't realize at the time was what we should have been doing. We just looked into it.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, the honest answer is that we got lucky with where we were standing.
Yeah.
Which sucks, but that's what happened.
Yeah. I think my answer is going to be the Paklon fight. John's is kind of the Paklon fight meets the Willard fight. I think some of the split fights were quite interesting.
Yeah,
especially with when you're using the wheel. That it became, Randolph became the new Captain Cannon fodder for me and John.
Yeah.
And we just abandoned him to die multiple times, whether it was in Pakalon, in the basement of the tower. Randolph just did his job and died. The questions from Evil Goodwin for Alex, aka Dark Claw. There are 3 questions, but I feel one of them you've kind of done before, but I'll still ask. What parts of the balancing started becoming difficult to nail down? Which is your favourite character or class? And what's next?
Okay, what's next? Yeah, I've answered that one. Nothing. I have nothing in the pipeline right now.
You kind of do, but I mean, it's more of a personal thing, isn't it?
Well, okay, yeah, I'm having a kid. So that's my next project, is being a dad.
Yeah. Stop being a husk of a human being that makes everyone miserable and being a competent parent. Good luck with that.
I'll make everyone miserable. I just make you all miserable.
Congratulations, you're very good at it.
No, so that's my next big project. And then what were the 2 other questions? One was the balancing thing, and then what was the other one?
Favorite character and or class.
Favorite character. I'm gonna do favorite character other than Geralt, because Geralt's kind of a give me. Favorite character, honestly, and John's gonna vehemently disagree. Luke. I like Luke. I think he's got lots of potential. I like that he can do everything okay. And I think he's a great character here. I think he has a lot of utility. I think he's great when you first get him, and maybe he gets somewhat overshadowed, but I like Luke. Favorite class? I think the Red Knight. The Red Knight's probably my favorite class. I like them a lot. I think I did I'm proud of the job I did with having your knights, having Chester and Eric be able to become Pegasus Knight or Red Knight and see the difference between those. John, it's funny. I was actually looking at the old stats. For as much as Celeste is like a powerhouse, Chester actually gets more attack than she does. He's actually better at being a Pegasus Knight than she is.
Wow.
Okay. Attack-wise. Huh. But regardless, probably that. And then the balancing thing. The balancing is really hard for this. I know that was nice. 150 something damage.
Yeah.
155 damage.
Against the guy who's resistant to physical attacks.
Let's try and stun him.
I was thinking of healing Bowie.
Well, I would still get next to him, because if he's next to him, he's going to be an opportunity he's going to target one of them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the hardest part to balance was actually spell distribution for me, and trying to fit. It's like I have a whole formula down. I have a list of every spell and who has it and how much times it occurred, and trying to make it occur, trying to make the spell occur somewhat evenly. And then I have an algorithm for how I balance the stats. I can share that if y'all would like. It would only take a moment.
Go on, sorry.
It's fine. So basically, every character in the game has a pool of 430 points of stats.
Okay.
Except if they don't equip a weapon, like Geralt, Grim, Rick, their pool is like 500, I think, something like that. And then I distribute those evenly for where they'd be at level 30. So, if they have 100 attack, I take 100 away, so I subtract 100 from that pool that they have. And then for movement, I usually just multiply the movement by 10. So 7 movement is 70 points, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And then I usually just work back from there about what they're doing, because that's one reason in this hack I really wanted to implement having attack affect how spells work, because that way it makes attack not a complete dump stat for wizards and clerics and everything else, where like they're never attacking. So there's no point in them having any attack.
Yeah.
I wanted to make it something where like, okay, there's a purpose and reason for them having this.
Okay.
And that's what I meant. That's how I balance things out. The other hard part was probably weapon balance of like making it so all the mithril swords are worth using, making so that all the mithril spears are worth using. And they all are. They're relatively balanced, I think.
I'm going to say, by the way, Alex, one of the things I enjoyed the most about this is that... So there are usually two lines of thought when it comes to game balance. Is you either push the numbers up for everything, or you push the numbers down for a lot of things. And I like that your approach seemed to be, well, I want to push the numbers up. Because I feel like that's always more fun when it comes to game balance. I'd rather have bigger numbers overall than smaller numbers. Oh, I might be dead here.
Well, he resists bolt attacks. Yeah. Well, it's not just like
same about everyone else.
Wanting to push numbers up. It's kind of like I have to if I want it to work out the way if I want there to be a reason to hit max HP on Xeon and Matula and Volcanic. I can help you if you want, brother.
No, let's get through these questions first, and then we'll do that.
Okay. All right.
Third time's the charm.
But yeah, pushing up the numbers that certainly helps the balance. Cause like you are very much not a fan of Peter in this mod, but you probably wouldn't be surprised to hear that Peter in this mod has better stats than vanilla Peter does.
That just plays into my point of like you've pushed the numbers up, so.
Oh, anyway, I'm good. Next question. Did I hit everything?
I think so. Favorite character in class. What was difficult to balance, and what's next, which is the joys of becoming a parent like me and John.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, Silver Knight. My question for Alex, I feel Alex will like this question, is just why?
So here's what I'm saying. Most of you probably heard of how extroverts kind of like recharge their energy by getting out and being around people and being social, and introverts kind of like recharge themselves and kind of get it together by like, kind of reading a book inside, like keeping themselves to kind of get some of their energy back that way. I get my energy back by watching people play my mod and cry.
That puts you in the dictator class, I think.
Yeah.
How did me and John put it? We understand, Alex, and now that is why we must suffer.
Yep.
Yeah, no. I also, more seriously, why did I make it like this? Because it's fun. Say everyone can say it's hard. Everyone can say, "Oh, I don't like this fight," or "The Camila fight's ridiculous," or "This is, Matula's way too strong. Like, how am I ever gonna beat her? She just kills all my guys in one hit." But you're still playing the game, and if you got to this point, you must be enjoying it.
We've already discussed John's experience with gaming, with like when he used to play chess with his dad. And basically, Alex, you're John's new dad. We'll complete the paperwork after we've recorded this, and you can practice for your own son from here on out.
There we go.
Silver Knight also has a question for John, and it is, what's the name of the song you use for your intro? I dig it.
Oh, I'll put it on screen right now. I think it's Phoenix by MDK. I think that's what it's called. If it's not, I'll put it on screen and make
Isn't
sure
that
it's
the
correct.
late 90s game where you parachute in and you play the guy with like the gun head?
Oh, I don't know.
MDK, Murder, Destroy, Kill, or whatever it was
Murder,
called.
Death, Kill. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is. But I think that this particular artist is also called MDK. So, but no, I think that's what it's called.
So, meanwhile, over Reddit, this is there is a statement and then there is a question. A Grizzly Bear 48. This series is a great way to spend a Sunday evening. Thank you. Glad you've enjoyed the effort. Looking forward to whatever happens next. Question for Alex. How did you make the mod? Which we've kind of covered. I'm interested in creating one and would like to hear your thought processes on such. Are there plans for another mod? We'll quickly skip to no on that. War of the Gods is one of the favourites I've played, and it's better than Shining Tactics. I'm not saying it's bad, I just prefer War of the Gods.
I hope it's better than Shining Tactics. Everything I did in Shining Tactics I built on for this, so if it wasn't better, then I didn't do it right. In terms of building it, yeah, I've addressed that, but definitely, there are two great utilities for modding Shining Force 2 out there. There's a big disassembler community right now that you see with the new history mod that's out. The new history guys, the guys who made that, definitely have taken advantage of the disassembly thing, and it's something new. There's some new stuff to it. And they made some updates here and there along the way since they've released it. But there's a lot of potential out there, so it should just be getting easier and easier. The only thing that's not easier is the fact that some of these programs are, and I found this out since I've upgraded in the past couple years, they're more compatible with Windows 7 than they are with Windows 10. I can get them to work, but it's a bit more of a hassle.
I see. That's an interesting point, that they sort of haven't upgraded with the OS. That's an intriguing
It won't work.
point.
I didn't think it would.
Yeah. And John, Grizzly Bear asks for you, do you two plan on playing a different mod? There's been a few new releases. Shining Force 2 and New History is a tough one, but seems fun from how far I am into it. And you mentioned in the latest episode, just beating the basement battle, that you've never really played Shining Force 1 on the Mega Drive. How about a playthrough of that?
As much as I would want to do a playthrough of the other Shining Force games, I kind of feel like that's treading old ground. One of the reasons why I want to take a look at Tearing Saga is that there isn't that much gameplay of it. I think the only other gameplay of the fan translated version is from like 4 or 5 years ago, and it doesn't have that many views on it. It's something that not a lot of people know about. So what I would say is that if you want to watch somebody play Shining Force, that's out there.
So we were just due to the technical difficulties.
I ran out of hard drive space.
A Grizzly Bear,
so.
yeah. A Grizzly Bear asked, "Do you have plans of playing a different mod? There's been a few new releases. Shining Force 2 New History is a tough one, but seems to be fun from how far I am into it. You mentioned in your latest episode, just beating the basement battle, that you've never played Shining Force 1 on the Mega Drive. How about a playthrough of that?" Alex has just mentioned the New History. What would you like to do after this? And I was going to interject with, you said that you feel like you were treading old ground. With Shining Force 1 being mentioned, I was going to interject that me and John had toyed with the idea of, when I was starting to stream, that we were going to maybe do a Twitch race on a Shining Force game. There's a couple of Shining Force games that we've not played, like the Shining Force Gaiden games. And Shining Force 1, I have fond memories of, as I've told you many times about, this is how I discovered these games in primary school when I was 10 or 11. And John doesn't. I think John's only interaction with Shining Force 1 is from playing it on ROMs in high school, because I remember me and you playing it in the library before you went to college.
I played the GBA game, and that's about it.
Yeah,
that's how I first played it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
You enjoyed yourself there, Alex.
I did.
Yeah. So a grizzly bear that it seems like the Shining Force 1 playthrough may not happen. We may at some point consider the Twitch race when we work out like the technical issues, and like I know I'm having issues at the moment with work and weird shifts and stuff.
If y'all do the Twitch race, can I heckle y'all?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, sure. I don't know whether we'd just use one Twitch stream or we'd split it between.
I'll go back and forth to make sure I heckle y'all equally.
Yeah,
seems fair.
That's fine. We'll just put you in the same Discord call. Okay. So you can be like the commentator.
Yeah.
Between the screens. Can
I be like hindsight guy and tell you, oh yeah, John shouldn't have moved him there last turn. He should have moved him here.
Yeah. But we would potentially, it might not even have been like a speed run race because it's something that neither of us have done before, but it might have been like, we'll do a Monday to Friday's worth of streaming at this day and time and see who gets further into the narrative at the end of the week.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, over at Reddit, Corporate Geomancy, great name, I'd like to ask Alex what inspired the War of the Gods subplot. It seems there is an honest attempt to better integrate the lore of the Shining Force 1 through Shining Force Gate and Final Conflict into the Shining Force 2 story. However, the concept of the gods being this oppressive force doesn't seem to be a huge theme in any of the games, short of the one time Volcanon told humans they were on their own. I really love the series and would personally love to see your reactions on Shining Forces 3's character. Hang on, have I jumped? No, I haven't. I really love the series and would personally love to see your reactions to Shining Force 3 or even the first game's character mechanics. One of the most fun things for me in the series, seeing how you guys get so excited when the wheel lands. There you lands on your favourites and how bummed out when it lands on Peter. Regardless, I wish you guys well, and I'm interested to see what comes next. Currently, what comes next for me and John is currently running concurrently, which is Famicom Detective Club, which we're enjoying but finding frustrating in different ways, and the series is being edited differently. But Alex, what inspired the War of the Gods subplot?
Hold on, I just want to point out this wonderful moment here that I just want to observe.
You're a horrible, horrible human being. You know that?
So this is what I'm talking about. This fulfills me. This is enjoyable to me, personally. Yes, okay. Seeing Lemon, Geralt, and Guy all die in one turn just fills me this sort of joy I can't get anywhere else. So, what inspired it was actually that one Volcanon line. That's what inspired the subplot, was the one Volcanon line of, who cares about the humans anyway, they can just die. That kind of is what got me going. And then if you look throughout the series, and that this is through Shining Force 1 and Final Conflict and CD, your characters, your party is almost always very, very much the whims of the gods, who don't do a whole lot. You never see Matula fight Jessup. You're the one fighting him. You're the one doing everything. And that's where it's very much, you feel like a lackey. Kind of almost, yeah. And I kind of wanted to work that into, okay, well, how would that look actually if I would really kind of lean into it? And that's where basically we got War of the Gods from, is kind of leaning into that narrative. I'd
be interested to know whether or not that was actually a direct translation from the Japanese, because you find that a lot of the stuff from that era is completely either mistranslated or just completely out of left field for a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
I want to say I checked it, and it's pretty close, because I usually do check the original Japanese translations.
Okay.
That's actually where I pulled the White Dragon Lucifer.
Oh yeah.
Lucifer was only mentioned in the Japanese translation, not as the White Dragon. I combined that part of the mythos together, but the Greater Devil Lucifer was only mentioned in the Japanese translation, not in the American one.
Is it not also Lucifer's not also mentioned in Shining Darkness? Is it?
I believe so.
Because
been years since I didn't touch that game, but yes, I think you're right.
Yeah, and I think just quickly, the White Dragon you're referencing then ties in with Blue from Shining Force 1.
It is, because in Shining Force 1, in the GBA remakes, if you explore Blue's story, he talks about how a White Dragon was made to battle the the Dark Dragon, and basically he lost. He put up a good fight and he lost, but was allowed to retire and propagate the dragon species as we know. And Kiwi, if you talk to him in the tactical base, he makes references to being like an egg stolen from Dragonia. But yeah, I always thought there was an interesting mythos and always a lot of hints, and I'm not necessarily sure why. I'm sure it was the 90s and people weren't really concerned with having like a bigger universe necessarily, so you'd have one writer who leaves a little bit of a story context for the next game or something in there. And I really wanted to like wrap all of these ideas together, really put them into where Shining Force 2 fits into the greater Shining Force kind of universe. So that's why for this, I replayed Final Conflict, I replayed Shining Force 1. I didn't replay Shining Force CD just because those take place kind of separately from these games, like geographically, like they're very far removed.
Yeah.
But this mythos I really wanted to work in. I feel like you have a more, even with all the, missing commas and grammatical errors, you still probably have a more interesting, fulfilling story here than you would in the original.
Yeah. I mean, with you talking about the story, I don't know how often, or if you do frequent Reddit, there is someone who is trying to merge the Shining Force games with D&D.
Oh, I saw that too, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually deleted Reddit from my phone.
And probably for the best. I don't have it on my phone. If anyone sees me on Reddit and they're like, he doesn't post very often, it's like I look at it like once every week or 2 weeks on a Sunday.
Me
and
too.
That's it. That's all
John,
I want to
John will enjoy this. John, you want to know why I deleted Reddit from my phone? You want to know why?
Go on.
So, I was watching an animated children's cartoon that you and Gareth are quite big fans of. I was watching that with my wife, and I said, "There's no way there's such a big following on this show. It's not that good." So I looked it up on Reddit, and I found a thread where people were saying Avatar, at its best, was better written, had better characters, and was more interesting than Game of Thrones.
I'd say that's fair.
Several people saying that Ong, and I'm gonna pronounce his name that way to make people mad, and I hope it does. That the character of Ong in The Legend of Ong, was more interesting than a character like Tyrion Lannister, for instance.
I mean, the ending's a lot better. I mean, I don't think you can argue that.
I mean, that's slightly unfair because the Avatar's actually got a written ending, as Game of Thrones doesn't have an ending, and the ending that we were presented with was written by D&D writers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Sarah survived? Wait, why does Bowie get hit so bad, but they don't? What?
Because reasons, John.
I guess so.
The other thing I suppose we'd love to go on with...
would I be interested in modding Shining Force 1 or 3? Is that it? No.
Yeah. Or adding Shining Force 1 or 3 mechanics into Shining Force 2. Realistically, I feel that's a Shining Force 3 thing because Shining Force 2 is merely an expansion, in my opinion, of what they started in.
Can't think of any Shining Force 1 mechanics that exist that I would add that aren't any or that are not
Aren't already there
here. Shining Force 3. So I kind of tried to with I know in Shining Force 3 there's a class, I believe, and I'm sure if I get this wrong, I'll be corrected in the comments. But a class that gets a different fourth spell depending on what they have equipped. Like depending on what staff they have equipped or something like that. And I kind of tried to implement that idea with the Magus and in the Shining Tactics mod, the Warlock. They only have this. They have a smaller pool of spells, but then they have access to this item that gives them more options of what to cast.
That just sounds like creating your own limit break in Final Fantasy VII.
I mean, you can kind of look at it that way. Yeah, that's not necessarily a bad one, or bad way to look at it. But that's one thing I tried to implement. I tried to get in the new mechanics. Would I ever go and really look at those games to mod? No. I probably wouldn't. Just because I don't have any real interest.
Are there modding tools available for the other Shining Force games? Because
Shining Force 1, I know for a fact, has several. There are lots of different mods for Shining Force 1 as well. I'm sure many just as well made, if not better made than mine. Shining Force 3, I'm not sure. I'm gonna lean on no, though, and the reason for that is because Shining Force 3, the way it is, I would imagine it's probably a lot more work to mod it. There's probably a lot more stuff to sort through.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
And then also, again, lack of interest and accessibility.
The Saturn is like a sort of like difficult mistress to work with, from what I understand.
Well, the Saturn emulator's gotten playable now, but if we were to rewind to 2002, I could find a Genesis emulator that worked fine. I could play all the way through Shining Force 2 without any real issues, which was not the case with the Saturn.
Not even close.
Not even as of 10 years ago.
No.
So yeah, there's not going to be much. So I with Shining Force 1, yes, there are tools, and yes, there is stuff. I don't believe so with Shining Force 3, though. And I could be wrong, and if you know for a fact that I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. But I don't believe so. Yeah.
And then we get asked... Basically, Alex gets asked the questions, and then me and John get asked kind of the same questions. And I feel a little bit sorry for YouTube's Major Williams 3, or the Major Williams the 3rd. 2 questions for Alex. 1, we can already answer this. Any plans to make a Shining Force 1 mod, Alex?
No. I don't have any real interest.
And 2, I feel we can move on because we've talked about the Shining Force 1 mod a couple of times. And 2, who is the A squad for Alex, and how is it different from John's? I can answer part of that for Alex. 1, Alex doesn't use a wheel.
Only insane people use the wheel.
Only men use the wheel.
John, real quick before I do this, because I spent a lot of time on this question, by the way. What's his name?
He is called Major Williams 3, or
Major Williams. You made me go back to a save file from a couple months ago, and I played through this battle and the Golem Xeon battles a couple times with a couple different teams to try and figure out what my ace team is. And John hates my answer, though I changed it slightly since I sent it to you.
So it's less memey now.
No, just as Mimi.
Yeah. It's just as Mimi. No, Also, John, real quick. So Bolt 1 through 4, just a reminder, do the same amount of damage, and Bolt 3 is the same rage as Bolt 4 if you ever want to save some MP there.
Right.
Same with Breath 1 and Breath 2.
Same damage?
I believe so. I can double check my notes.
I feel we've had this conversation a couple of times.
I always get confused by it.
John
By the
just
way,
wants to spend more money on stuff.
Back on the how I made it thing. Give me 1 second, fellas. I literally have a notepad with everything in the game. This whole notepad's completely filled with every weapon, every character, of every stat, every spell, the mechanics of every spell and how it works. I have everything written out for the game on paper and pad, and I would sit for hours just going through notes of how I wanted to adjust stuff and how I wanted to do it. That's how I can actually refer back and be like, oh yeah, if your defending character has 20 more agility than the characters attacking them, there is a 42.188% chance of them dodging.
Okay.
And while I'm at it, let me double check Breath. Oh, nope, I was wrong. Breath 2 does do slightly more damage than Breath 1.
Okay. I seem to remember that being the case, but I wasn't going to argue with you since, you're supposed to know these things.
I am supposed to know these things. But I'm also an idiot. My A team would be Bowie.
Yep.
Pee-wee. London. Geralt. Sarah as a mystic. Kaizen as a wizard. Karna,
Not as a magus, surprisingly enough.
Karna as a cleric. Luke. Janet. Celeste. Guyan. And Grim. But I also want to preface that with every single character in this game is usable. I think John would agree with me. Even Peter, he's still usable. You can make it through the game with just about any combination. What I'll say is just about every team probably needs a cleric, a wizard, someone with really high attack, so I could be a Pegasus Knight, Geralt, Screech, someone with high attack, and an archer. Just at least one archer, and I think you're good. I think any other team built around those 4 will be fine.
Alex, what should I use? Missile 3 or Bolt 4 here?
I'd use Neptune too.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to do the most damage.
Let's see. Show me potato salad. And then, believe it or not, we're on to the last question from the infamously named Paul from YouTube.
That's good. I can help John out after this.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Question time, if not too late. Which character would you want to be able to properly flesh out the story of?
That's a good one.
And how would you have done this?
I think... Nice. I think if I could go back and just add some real...
Damn it.
story beats for them, it would probably be Zinc. I really like...
He died by
Zinc.
poison.
That's convenient. I really like Zinc, and I feel like, unfortunately, I didn't really get to add anything to him. And if there's one thing I am on the fence about that I kind of regret is taking away the circuit functionality.
I really liked that, and I was kind of... I'm kind of bummed.
I thought it was gimmicky, because I actually, when I was working on this mod, I went back and watched your videos of you using Zinc, and it didn't really seem like it seemed like you enjoyed it, but it didn't really seem that functional or practical. It seemed like people liked using it for the sake of using it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but okay, so it was gimmicky, but it gave like a new way of thinking about playing the character, which I liked.
That's fair. That's fair.
I believe John is trying to say it created new tactical nuances. For John, you just insert the defense chip and just walk him into everything.
It was an attack chip because he had the highest defense in the game and no attack, and then you added in the chip and it would make it so you had really good attack, but then really low defense.
Yeah.
Which seemed neat. It just seemed kind of. I felt like it was a gimmick. I felt like it didn't have a lot of strategy behind it. Which is why I tried to actually make Zinc. My goal with him, gameplay-wise, is to have him contrast with Geralt.
Okay.
And that's where I actually think Zinc. If we went back, honestly, in the tier list, I wouldn't have fought y'all if you put him in S tier. I think he is a fine A tier character, but he's a more defensive, slightly weaker, slightly slower Geralt, who can move farther, which, depending on the type of player you are, might be better than Geralt for a lot of people. And so in his story, I feel like I tried to implement a little bit of he had his master Adam, he was built by Adam, and I added that in there like a nugget reference to Shining Force 1. But at the same time, who cares? It's not that big of a beat. So I wish there was a bit more to him, and I wish I could really explore his character more.
Yeah, I mean, he could be like a wandering character. He does give off that impression, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Because he's all his clothes are raggedy, and he's like the guy who stumbled into town from nowhere, and he could have been alive for hundreds and hundreds of years. So he could play the sort of almost the Wolverine sort of character quite well.
Yeah, but then it's hard to
built in anyone's
head.
Sorry, you both talked at the same time.
Right, Alex first.
Sorry, I was saying then it's hard to give him a reason to join your guys, and having one scene where one of his friends that you don't really know dies, and he's like, oh yeah, now I'm going to join y'all because my one friend died. Plenty of people are being slaughtered by the Greater Devils, but I had one friend who died because of them, and now I'm going to fight with you guys. Before, I was just following y'all from behind. Now, I'm actually going to, join y'all.
I was just joking that Zinc with him, John being he looks like he's been around. It's yeah, he could have been built in anyone's shed. I think with Zinc, I agree with that, especially given how there's a prominence to Adam in the Shining Force series. And I think someone put it quite interestingly, and I can't remember which way around they put it, that in Shining Force 1 it's more fantastical, and in Shining Force 2 it's slightly more steampunky / scientific as well as religious. In the interaction of the characters and the storyline. But I think Zinc would be an intriguing character, and I can see both Alex's point and John's point on how you could utilize him narratively.
Yeah.
I would also like to apologise to Major Williams 3 / the third, because he also asked questions of me and John. And we answer this quite succinctly. Will you be playing a Shining Force 1 mod? Probably not. What's next?
Make another one.
Yeah. What? You've never made a Shining Force 1 mod, Alex?
I know.
And then question 2? What is your favourite battle / least favourite battle in War of the Gods? And what is our opinion of it? Of this version versus vanilla Shining Force?
I prefer this over vanilla Shining Force. I think the story's better. It's more fleshed out. As for...
Not gonna tell you how happy that makes me, but that makes me awful happy. I'm glad to hear that, guys.
I hate this, and I think everyone should play vanilla.
What the ironic thing is that also makes me happy. Because now I'm hearing, now you're telling me about you're playing a game that you hate, so that also fills me with joy. So good.
Favorite battle / least favorite battle, John?
I don't know. You see, the problem I have with some of this is that I have said this before, my memory is bad, okay? And we started playing this in October. So it's been 7 months over this process. So I don't actually remember everything that happened through playing this. I remember being unhappy in certain situations because things were like the Camila fight.
There's like at least an hour's worth of footage for the Camila fight that people didn't see.
Yeah, it just got cut out because there was too much of it, and I was just getting frustrated at that point. No, I think my standout moment was the realization that Road was gonna hold my hand and be there for me in the shrine fight, where he stood tall and he was the wall that I needed. He was the Batman that I needed, not the Batman that I deserved.
What else? Your mic went funny, or I went funny.
Gareth, did you hear why the
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay. Sorry, Alex.
The shrine fight.
Yeah. Gareth, what's your...
was the fight. What, my favourite fight or the least favourite fight? I think the least favourite fight, would we be agreed in the Camila fight?
Yeah, I think so. It's the most frustrating anyway.
Yeah.
What about this one?
I think...
You're playing right now.
I mean, it's annoying. Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
I also think that I'm not playing particularly well, simply because we're sort of like still in the interview section of the video, so I'm not playing at my best.
I got you.
I think comparing this to the vanilla games interesting. I enjoy the mixture of the lore. So I've played more Shining Force games than John.
Easily.
But probably not as many as Alex. There's a couple of Shining Force games that I got to touch, but I never got to like play all the way through when I was younger. So like I've touched a bit of like the Mega CD games, but they don't really stick in my mind super well because I've not played them all the way through. I've played 1 and 2 multiple times. So it's nice to have something. It's a comfort food, isn't it? Apart from like, you know, I might like ice cream. Sometimes I want vanilla ice cream. Sometimes I want chocolate ice cream. And sometimes I want both because I'm a greedy so-and-so. So yeah, I think both of them great. I think Alex's way of tying together all the narratives really interesting, and I think the gods actually not being there for people is really cool.
It's also more realistic as well.
Yeah. I also favorite/least favorite battle. Like, I think I was shocked at how easily we did the Kraken fight.
Yeah.
Because my memories of that in the vanilla game are always just like basically crying at the controller and praying that we didn't get earwaxed to death from the Kraken head.
Yeah, that was pretty much like your first barrier to completing the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you go to the Kraken fight, it's okay. You're in the real Dark Souls now.
Yeah. This is this is the real Shining Force Sun.
Yeah.
So I think that was maybe my least favorite because I wanted it to still be a gatekeeper fight, but then we're older, so maybe experience had something to do with that. I'd probably say Camila's my least favorite. My favorite fight.
It's easier to remember the frustrating fights than it was to remember the
things that suck are always so much easier to come to mind than you know what, that was great. Everything. There's been a couple of fights where I think there's a couple of episodes where we've managed to get through like 2 or 3 fights in an episode.
As an observer, I gotta say, I think I like watching you all do the Jessup battle a lot. I thought that was good. Because it seemed like maybe that's kind of like what I wanted the Camila fight to be. Like, it's difficult and kind of frustrating, but fun.
Yeah.
And y'all seem to like also get hung up on it, but also not mind as much as the Camila fight. If that makes sense.
I think it's just the Camila fight has that whole like she can rush you and one-shot everything, whereas in the Jessup fight, everything's slightly like they can hit you for a lot of damage, but then they're also dwindling the numbers as well.
I think it was a little bit fairer.
Yeah,
whereas,
it's like,
whereas the Camila fight always seemed to be a little bit like you're relying on the AI to be not against you on that particular moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Camila fight felt like, having to basically fight a meat compactor, and that once you're in, there's no getting out. Whereas comparatively, the Jessup fight is like a minefield. So you're aware that it's dangerous, but careful treading and the use of maybe a stick, and you can get through it.
Yeah. I can see that. You know what my favorite part of watching y'all is? Probably every single time John looks at a new character's stats and says, "Oh, their attack's only 150. That's not that high," and then does 73 damage to Celeste. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
Thanks.
There's
It's funny how like your enjoyment is directly tied to my not enjoyment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I'm about to enjoy this a lot.
Yeah, sure. There it is.
I do enjoy this Machula thing. I quite like on the animation. You can imagine that the blue robe is actually just the wings wrapped around and stuff like that.
If I kill Machula, do I win?
No.
No. Have you not noticed that all Alex has done in this? It's like, how can I make the boss fights harder? If you kill the boss, you don't win. You've got to.
Even with the guys you have now, if you manage to kill Matula, you would wipe the floor with the rest of them at this point. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right.
This is why John's now thinking like, do I heal people or do I just try murdering Machula?
The problem, well, is that the last question though, Gareth? Or we got through them all now?
That is it. Paul was the last question, which
Okay.
was if we could have a character to flesh the story out of. What about you, John? Would you agree with Zing?
There's a question I read, I felt like, about advice on how to start a mod or how to do this.
Yes, we got that question before, so we may have brushed
There
slightly
was
over
one
that.
thing I wanted to attack onto that, because I remember hearing that, and there was one thing that came to mind. If you're asking for advice on how to mod a game like Shining Force 2, or any mod like this, here's one bit of advice I'm going to give everyone who's starting out. Always start small. Start off with one thing, like, play, I'm going to pick a game, say you're going to mod Final Fantasy V, great game. Pick one thing that's like glitchy or clearly developers didn't flesh out or they kind of ignored, and flesh it out a little bit, or make it so that it works properly, and see if that throws off the game balance, see what happens. If it doesn't, and you start thinking of more things that you would like to see different, go that way, and then keep going, and keep going, and keep going with that to see what you can do.
I think that's, if you're getting into something like woodwork, make a shelf. Don't start with like a full table and family chairs. Don't build a house from scratch. Work your way.
Build one thing well, and then go on to everything else.
I'd like to say something as well, actually, because this is something I've not mentioned to you guys before. I used to try my hand at Doom levels and making Doom. What were they called? They were called WODs, weren't they?
Yeah.
I used to try that. I never actually got anything really good to work because I couldn't figure out how to do verticality. If anyone has never played Doom, like verticality was like quite hard to do in Doom because you couldn't look up or down. But I tried my hand at it, and I had some fun making some of those. I would say, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and just try it. Like most people, like if you're thinking about modding something, it can seem like a very overwhelming thing to try and do. But like Alex said, try something small, but try it. Like the feeling of accomplishment of actually making something and then seeing it there in front of you is a good one. It's a good feeling to have. So I would say that.
Well, and I mean, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, after you. I was just going to say, like...
I think I told Woodhouse about this. The first mod I made for this, I just swapped out basically the Creed characters with the first 4 characters you get with the Creed characters. And what I learned from that is that Karna at level 1 and level 2, and really up to like level 10, pre-promoted is really bad. She doesn't learn like her stats are like abysmal. I mean, she starts off with like 5 HP at level 1, and that's like in the vanilla game. I mean, she's getting like one shot by everything. You actually have to put in like real effort to like just keep her alive. And it changed how I kind of looked at the game a little bit of like Karna's the most broken character, but like I had to work on building her up more than I had to work on building Slate up in the vanilla game. It was that sort of thing. And then like, who do I pick? Do I really want Kaizen? Do I really need Sarah that bad? Like, maybe I want Giaha. Maybe I want, you know, it made me think when I went and got them from Creed too. That's actually one of my favorite things I think I've changed is not having to pick any of the Creed characters and just being able to get all of them. I love that too.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like John was saying, if you're going to do a mod or you're going to try anything, just have a go at it. And sometimes the accomplishment comes from overcoming the struggle. Like,
it's something you want to do. Like, do you want, like, man, that was a pain. Do I really want to do this, like, all over again, over and over again? Because you're going to feel worse if you get halfway through a project and stop because it's too much work than if you just do something small and complete it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's been sometimes issues with some projects where I've started, and it's realistically the project was bigger than I thought it was.
That's like me getting. So I have to admit, like coming to the editing process, because when we started out, we were doing like 2 episodes a week. I don't know if you remember that, Gareth, back in October.
Yeah.
And you will notice that I very quickly came to the realization that is too much for me to handle. So that's why I switched to doing them 1 a week, because. I wasn't recovering from, because like on this like sort of weekly schedule, there was the feeling of enjoyment of wow, I can't get hit by that.
Nope.
There was a couple of days of enjoyment I got from knowing that I'd completed the editing process and got to have like Sunday night, put the video out, get like views and comments in from people who had hopefully enjoyed it. Most people did, and then a couple of hours later, we would be recording this, which is what we're doing right now. Where was I going?
What John's saying is that he prioritizes like his own like comfort and happiness over making videos for all of us. That's the message there. And,
how dare I?
It makes me sad. But I think he assumes everyone else should be okay with it.
Yeah.
Please comment down in the bottom how unhappy you are by that.
Yeah.
Now that we're done with the questions, by the way, John, would you like help?
Yes, please. I'd like to be able to complete this. I think if I didn't have to do the whole like talking thing, and I feel like I've gotten a good idea on what to do against Volcanon is literally just sit here and he will come towards me. And apart from that one ninja, everyone else just stays put. But once I get to the Machula fight, like it's
so you want to go up very slowly. I have like Geralt, Guyan, Kiwi, Lemon up front, but also in like 2 turns, I would do boosts on as many as you can.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe try and make almost like a 5-man formation across the 5 spaces in front of Bowie, I think. With I would say Road, Guyan, Kiwi, Lemon, and Geralt. Yeah, okay, that works. Boost them, get attack on at least I would say Lemon, Guyan, and Geralt.
Oh, there's no point doing it yet, though, is there?
Yeah, I would wait a turn.
Yeah.
Wait, because Volcanon's gonna come at you hot right out of the gate. I would wait on boost too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna like. I don't think I've joked about this a lot when we were talking about John editing. I literally turn up and I just add color commentary to the experience and give John someone to talk to so he doesn't get driven insane by this mod. John does all the editing, he does all the memes. and I know that he spends a lot of time on some of the memes and stuff because he'll send me like little previews, like, does this work? Is it too long? Is it too short? Then obviously, like as we've mentioned before, like when we take the mick out of each other occasionally after the fact of recording, one of us will message the other. It's like, did I go too far, or did I say something I shouldn't have? So that like my input for this is very slight. Alex has more input in this because he's made the mod.
Lemon in front of Carter, yeah. Get them in.
There was a point early on when Gareth messaged me, like on maybe episode 2 or 3 or something like that, and he was like, "So when we're doing this again?" And I was like, "When it's done, Gareth," because you were very happy to do this, and I'm grateful that you were, but I had to go through my process of editing before I wanted to move on to the next one. So there were definitely times when I was like wanting to edit, and you were sort of like chomping at the bit to get on with the next episode, which I appreciate. That's a good feeling to have. I wasn't there yet though.
Yeah. To be fair, with some of those messages, it was more just a case of like, I'm available when you're ready. Yeah. Not necessarily like, we've got to do it and we've got to do it now, and like dragging you against your will. Because I think people may know it's like partway through the series when John's editing 2 episodes a week, and you can tell he's tired and he's fatigued from all the additional work outside of it. It's also part of the reason why for the Famicom Detective Club it is just us playing the game.
There's no editing. No, it's literally just... In fact, I actually went through that video and cut out a bunch of the like frustrating stuff where we're sort of like banging our head against it. And I uploaded the wrong one. I uploaded the raw video instead of the... should I be boosting now? Another turn. One more turn.
Hold.
So yeah, I uploaded the wrong video, but I don't think anyone minds, because anyone who's watching that has already watched the first one, which is exactly raw. So I kind of reserve my editing process for something like this, where I want to take a personal touch to it and add some flair to it, essentially. Give it something that's...
Hey, you're gonna need to move Bowie down over to behind Sheila.
Okay.
Volcano's coming for Bowie, and I don't...
Bowie, not Slade.
I don't think this has happened to you yet, but Volcanon and Matula can both fly.
Ah.
So he will just surf right over and go for Bowie.
Okay. It's like there, yeah?
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
And he's got like 9 move, I think.
I thought it was 7.
It's 7.
7, yeah.
That's 7, okay. That may have been beta, or maybe I had more. I got frustrated because he would walk halfway across the map and kill like all my guys.
Everything.
Yeah, I do appreciate that you have seemed to have taken some time to actually balance like the game, because I can imagine there have been some mods out there where that just hasn't happened.
Yeah.
In fact, that's one of the reasons that I didn't want to try other mods, like just out of the blue like that, because I understand that obviously, Alex, you've obviously put a lot of... I'm not saying other people haven't put more time into it, but you obviously have put time into it to make sure things are, doable, let's say.
Yeah.
Like
John's basically saying.
Go on.
You might want to throw Celeste up there to meet that Lich halfway and maybe take him out, and also distract the other Liches, because I was counting on Volcanon getting there, but if the Liches get there first, your party's gonna look pretty ugly.
Yeah.
So I might. Celeste can handle herself. She might be able to handle.
I actually think that the Liches are the thing I'm having the most trouble with in this fight.
Oh, good. Yes, good.
I was going to say that I thought John was basically saying that he's picking Alex's mods for the devil he knows rather than he doesn't.
Well, kind of, yes, because I know that if I'm struggling with something or I need clarification on something, I can literally get in contact with Alex. I mean, I that is not the case for everybody making mods for this game. In fact, it's a very privileged thing that we have to be able to just go, hey, Alex, you know this thing we were talking about? Like, you know, can we get some clarification on it? I mean, where does that come from? Like, you know, that.
Was he not boosted?
I think he was. I think he missed out on that. Yeah.
No,
Right.
he didn't. It was Lemon, Guyan, and Road got the boost.
Thunder, attack, or attack spell?
I would attack. Attack. Hold on. Who doesn't have the attack spell yet?
I think it's everyone over here, because Guyan has it, Lemon has it, Kana has it.
Target Sheila with it. Or, I'm sorry, target Slade with it, because you want Kiwi to get it too.
Yeah.
Good call. And
Thanks.
then if you can get Sheila in there and Kiwi in there, they can mop the fort with them.
Yeah.
Also, Matula's not too hard once you get her HP down, because once you get it down far enough, she'll just start spamming Aura 4 on herself.
Yeah.
The only problem is you can't let her run out of MP, otherwise she'll quit doing that and then go back to attacking.
Yeah.
So you,
the finite lines
you really have to lay it on. Alright, and this might seem counterintuitive, but I would send Road up there whenever he gets a turn to meet the Liches.
Yeah.
And try and distract them. And I would move Karna over to the left, like out of the way of anything, and maybe have her do Aura, or check and see if any of your guys need it.
I think
think it's
Giant-
just
I think everyone else is full health, actually.
yeah.
See, whenever I play, I'm the guy who I do Aura 4 if like one of my guys is has like missing 3 HP.
I mean, also we've got the equipment, haven't we, for fixing that? Should it be a problem?
I think I'm just gonna boost Celeste.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use a lot of my flyers. Sometimes when I played this battle, I use them to try and pull off Matula or Volcanon. Because
That's disgusting.
If I can get them following them.
Yeah.
I cannot reach the Lich. But
So I
Road
would park
can.
on top of Guyan. I would park on top of Guyan, or there, that's fine too. And that way next turn you'll be able to shoot up.
Yeah.
But here, you know, at least put some damage in.
Oh, I was going to say, don't say that, and he dodges. There you go, that's much better.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He's got really high agility, so he does dodge pretty frequently.
There you go. It should be pretty good.
Not as much damage as Celeste.
No, but it's guaranteed damage. Neptune?
Yep, that'll do about 100.
I wasn't thinking we were going to be able to kill him, but we might just do it.
Yep.
We need another attack.
I don't think Lemon's gone.
No.
Shoot.
Lemon's got your highest agility, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he should be able to take him out, because this is the end of the turn order, because Liches almost always go last. But Lemon has higher agility than Clerics
Slade.
go last too, or the Angels. Because Volcanon's got high attack, they have high attack or high agility as well. Nope, never mind, I was wrong.
Okay, Lemon-
No, John.
Not even close. Like, well over.
It would have been
Well
his. He
played.
would have gone next, wouldn't
Yeah, it'd have been before Slade.
Oh, because Volcanon also moves last. He moved. Yep. Nice.
There you go.
Could have done with Lemon surviving, but yeah, not bad.
It's all right. In the next fight, he resurrects for free.
Lemon, that's a hard loss right there.
So
Celeste there? Or...
Yeah, keep her there. I would really try and keep your guys spaced out, though.
Yeah.
Keep them spaced down, stay down below, and let the witches kind of come to you. And then maybe park Sarah or Sheila, at least for the time being, with Karna to really help utilize, like, refill her MP as needed.
Yeah.
What do you think about this?
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
if I were you, I would attack the Lich from the front and have Road move back.
Well, like that?
Yeah, because the Liches, remember, they're resistant to magic.
No, I get that. It's just, obviously, putting Woody there is...
Yeah.
He's vulnerable, I see what you're saying, but I also was pretty sure he was going to one-shot him. Also, again, they move last. So, you have some turns to make, and they're not... So, I would... You know how this map is, if
Sonic
you zoom out, it's like the map of Sonic, or it's an outline of Sonic. Stay around his feet for right now until the Liches come to you.
Yeah.
I don't think... do you remember using the phrase, John, give it toes?
No.
Do you know, from high school, which was basically to run away, give it toes.
Give it toes?
I've never heard that phrase.
That's very odd, Gareth. Gian's safe there.
Maybe do her own.
Yeah. So during all of this, Alex, have you been playing any video games?
Yeah, I'm actually playing Vampire the Masquerade. Bloodlines or whatever on the PC. I've never played it, but apparently it's like...
It's very well regarded. I also have never played it.
Classic. It's very good. I'm actually having a great time with it. And from what I've understood, it's like almost like a precursor to like what Cyberpunk kind of is, like now.
Yeah.
Like very story-driven RPG based on like a role-playing RPG, like a pen and paper one.
Wow. Okay.
It's interesting. I'm liking it a lot so far. Granted, I'm also playing with like the unofficial patch or whatever, like because apparently it was really, really buggy when it came out.
It was incredibly buggy, yeah.
Yeah. But it's great so far. I'm really enjoying it. That and replaying this battle over and over and over again so that I can give you accurate tips.
Okay. Gareth, you been playing anything?
I am replaying I'm playing a lot of Game Boy stuff, or Game Boy Advance stuff, so I'm playing Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. I am also playing Castlevania Aria of Sorrow still. So yeah, I've been having like a Game Boy Advance kick.
Alex?
At the moment.
So
yeah, or nay?
So I know you want to, and I get it. But you don't want to pull down all your other enemies. So you're going to heal up and you're going to retreat. You're going to stay down here, let them come to you.
Okay.
So yeah, what about you, John? Oh, and of course, I've been playing Famicom Detective Club with John and voice acting the main character.
Yep.
Which has been entertaining. And also trying to solve the mystery before anything else is explained in the game.
Yeah. So if people haven't watched the Famicom Detective Club videos that we've been putting up, that is what I've been playing. Apart from
Angelic Sword on himself, I moved to the left. 2 down, 1 over from Gaian.
Yeah, to the other, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, Famicom Detective Club is a visual novel type game of a detective who has lost his memory but it has been put in charge of figuring out a mystery that's been going on.
Yeah.
So I've been playing that. I have been editing things. I've been making pictures.
Did you not find anyone to heal?
No, I couldn't find anyone to. Everyone's full health, I'm pretty sure. Actually, should I keep Yam where he is?
I would keep him off that space. It's a 0% land effect, so he's not getting a defense bonus from that.
Oh, yeah.
Which is something I think about that no one else does. Move him over, I would say 1 over from where he started at. 1 space over, yep, right there.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, how are you finding... I feel this is a conversation for when we're doing those videos, but I think one of the conversations we've been having is once we've done this, we're going to do Famicom Detective Club.
Which isn't a long game, by the way.
Yeah.
It's meant to be sort of like 11 hours long, something along those lines.
Yeah. Probably longer when you've got me and John talking over it.
1 to the right, 1 up.
There?
Yeah.
And then I think John's probably still playing Slay the Spire until...
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Yeah, you play that game a lot.
Yeah, I've got like 800 hours in it now, something like that.
Whenever you pop up on my Steam, people like if you're on, you're usually playing that game.
It's weirdly enough like it's a cerebral game where you have to think, but it's what I do when I need to not think. If that makes sense.
That's how I am with this online card game called Dominion. It's free to play, and yeah, I'll just if I come home from work and absolutely do not want to think about anything too hard, boom, I just pop in and play a couple games.
Yeah.
That's like me playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links on my phone. Like all Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, my biggest weakness is reading. However, I like watching cool stuff happen. So
what I will say with Slay the Spire is I've been tempted a couple of times to do videos on Slay the Spire because I've played a lot of it. The thing is, though, I'm not the best at it. So there are many people who play the game a lot better than I would, especially in the scenario of doing it for an audience. So as much experience I have in playing the game, and I play it okay. I've gotten to for anyone who's what do you think?
Bolt level 2.
Okay. Yeah, so for anyone,
but it'll do something to the angel.
Yeah. Anyone who has played Slay the Spire and has a decent knowledge of what the game's about, I've gotten to Ascension 20 with one of the characters, and I'm on 14, 15 with all the other 3, which is fairly high up, but you would expect that for somebody who has played it as much as I have. So
Magic Arrow on the Lich.
Yeah.
Is this where you've leveled up through experience, not never necessarily leveled up through skill, as one of my friends puts it?
I would say that's fair. I know what hands are good, what my win conditions are, so...
Alright, so you're actually in a really good spot right now. I'm sorry.
How dare you talk about this game while we're talking about other things, Alan?
I'm sorry.
Go on, what are you going to say?
I'm excited. You're in a good spot right now because you knocked out 2 of the Liches, which means you only got 1 more, and the hard part with the Liches, that one is going to stick up there a little bit longer, but the hard part is when they lay on 2 bolt 4s in a row.
Is enough to usually kill somebody.
1, all of your guys can pretty much handle. It's 2 or 3 that really crush you. What you do need to do with Matula, though, when you're watching out for her, is A, she's gonna one-shot any non-boosted character with her regular attack. B, that soul thing she has, she's almost always gonna use it if your guys are next to each other. Now, you're fine attacking that lady, but I'm just saying make sure your guys are spaced out as much as can be.
Yeah.
Going through the rest of this battle.
Get the Phalanx position lined out.
Oh, nice. Great. I was actually thinking about that before. Like, I haven't seen the Mystic crit for a long time.
Yeah. I've seen it. Rune does it. That's why his graphics mess up sometimes.
Ah, okay.
Is that when he sometimes just does the thing where it's like he's hit, but his arms are still down by his side and stuff?
Yeah, and then you see like the graphical images up there. It's because it's like pulling part of his sprite and projecting it up there. So,
Yeah.
Actually, that's a question I'd have for you, Alex. If you could do this again and you could input other characters from other IP, is there anyone else you would like to see in the game?
honestly, no. I kind of regret Rune actually because I actually just pulled his. So when I made this, I had not played Phantasy Star 4. So on the Shining Force Mods website, which is basically just like a spriters resource where people make all sorts of sprites for the game, I pulled that one because I thought it looked cool. Like I thought, like I liked the portrait and I liked the sprite, and I thought, all right, this kind of looks like a mysticky looking, like, you know, sort of. He could be like a pseudo healer / attacker. Like I'm okay with that. Because I wanted a male mystic. I played.
Shall I stay here with Gian or where he was?
I'd say diagonal to Bowie. I played Phantasy Star 4, and he is much more of a magus, like a wizard, than in any way attacker. If he should replace anyone, it should have been like Taya.
Right.
And that would have been much more fitting for him. But I probably wouldn't, honestly, because I did that with Orlando, and I kind of thought it was fun, but like looking back on it, kind of a bit more maybe with a more mature mindset, like I really want the characters to stand on their own and avoid doing the gimmicky sort of, because that's why like I pulled sprites, like I pulled the Henri sprite and the Celeste sprite and use them in here, or use the portraits anyway, but I kind of made them their own characters still. Yeah, do one up from Guyan and have Slay take out that archer. He can take him out on his own, I think.
You know who I wouldn't mind actually seeing? I would like to see Vivi from Final Fantasy IX.
Yeah.
I think he's a very cool character. He doesn't say very much, so you'd be able to get away with him, like not having, you know, a big part to play.
There we go.
Just that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who I'd put in. Do you want to know who I would think would be entertaining to add in as an alternate hero, not as a replacement for the hero?
Vegeta.
No. Ash from Vandal Hearts.
That would be, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But you'd have to find somebody
armor.
to remake the
sprite.
sprite from scratch, which might be difficult.
Not necessarily. You'd be able to probably just edit.
They've made some interesting sprites. They could probably do it.
Oh, I'm not saying you couldn't. I mean, you give me enough time, I'd be able to make some sprites for stuff, but
yeah,
it would be work. The reason I say Vivi is because you can get away with using sort of like the
Black Mage sprites or something from.
Yeah, because that's what he is. I'm gonna move him down, and next turn Kana can heal him.
Yep.
Yeah, you just need a bright.
He's got a healing drop. I'll use that. It's not like I'm gonna use it
anywhere
later
else.
On. Yeah.
No, if there's one thing, I think I might actually, if I went back and updated anything, it'd be some of the spells that some of the characters learn. I might just rearrange that because watching you play, I would change up some things, I think, with how spells are learned by what character. Not drastically, but small things. But yeah, that's what I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever played Vandal Hearts, Alex? Or the story about
No, I've heard of it, and I know you all played it, but I've not played it.
I think you should give it a go, actually. I think you'd really like it.
I would. Honestly, there's so many games I would love to play. And what's funny is I make a point of, like, I very rarely replay a game.
Is this a mistake?
No, that's good, actually. And then I would do Neptune 2 on the art. Neptune 1. Neptune.
Well, it doesn't matter. I've got like.
Yeah, you could heal back. You could heal the MP back. Neptune 2.
Yeah. Should kill him, right?
Yeah, it should be overkill actually.
Because with you talking about endings of this, did you know that Ash appears in the ending of Vandal Hearts 2, John?
I did not.
If you get the proper ending, John's asking for Alex's view.
Yes.
If you get the proper ending in Vandal Hearts 2, your character ends up becoming like
Move him up to
the secret consort of the Queen.
Yeah.
And while on an investigation, he uncovers basically a laboratory, and like a sort of pseudo-possessed version of Ash turns up and it basically recruits him like time cop style.
Really?
to like come with him into this dimensional portal.
Come with me if you want to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so what I will say about Vandal Hearts 2 is it's a very long game. I only ever completed it the once.
I think I got halfway through a second playthrough, and
it's a very long game.
I was just like, how many more days / hours?
Oh, sorry.
It doesn't matter at this point. They're still moving down.
Yeah. I'd like to do something, and it may be controversial, but for the interest of time.
Yep. I don't believe you.
Okay. He's cheating. Everyone on the internet saw it.
I just don't want to have to do this again. That's all.
Either I think you're seeing that this is going much better than your previous.
Oh yeah, playing slowly is definitely like. I would have gotten there over enough playthroughs, or just having more time to think about like moves rather than going, oh, I can't sit here and just think for a minute because I've got to keep it sort of like entertaining.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I agree. Playing it slow on this is the way to go.
Yeah, you really have to turtle in this battle.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of don't though, because in the beginning, Volcanon just comes for you, so you really have to be prepared for that. And dealing with that, and then turtle for a good bit of like the middle of the battle. Move her up 1 and over 1, and then I would do Neptune 2. That'll do more damage.
Okie dokie.
I mean, also with talking about projects of things to do, John.
Oh, if I wasn't like, a full-time dad, full-time worker, trying to having to try and have like an actual relationship with my wife, like, oh yeah, there's a million things I'd like to do. Yeah. Is this a safe move, or should I not bother?
Yeah, I would do that. I wouldn't move any character past where Slade is right now.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
So Slade's gonna get hit by the Lich. Hopefully he goes for a physical attack, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand what John's on about having a functioning relationship as well. So,
what's that?
I don't know, because just due to a few things, like one of the things that's killing me at the moment is my work patterns. I either work really early in the morning or really late at night, and that switch around is fatiguing, I think will be the polite way of putting it.
Shall I Angelic Sword Taya?
Yeah, you can do that.
Because I'm not sure she'll get another move before. I mean, I can use another character to heal her, but...
No, that's good. It'll keep her alive, and even if your guys do get hit by the Lich, which there's a good chance they will, all your characters can survive because it would only be one bat lightning.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gareth. I know I interrupted.
No, it's fine. It's like with us talking about projects. Like one of the things that I kind of miss doing with John was we used to do a RPG sort of podcast, like a gaming podcast.
We did. That would be impossible to keep up with this workload.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, the thing is, like, I'm willing to do the back end work on that. So, I'd be happy to do that, but I don't know
Make
whether
sure
it
you
picks up.
aid. Yeah. You don't do aid 3.
So the issue with doing that, Gareth, would be like I don't have enough time to play games to stay relevant.
Yeah. Oh no, that was one of the issues that I think we had last time. Unless we exclusively stayed within the realms of one thing, and it was just like a limited series podcast. But
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough interest for our niche choices in life.
I don't know. Like I definitely think people would want to watch Neptune.
Missile.
Right.
Because he's
People-
resistant to the magic.
People watch like this, which, you know, don't get me wrong, like that surprises me too.
Oh, all right.
But and people, there definitely is a market for people to watch like an RPG focused thing. I don't know. Trying to stand out and finding a way to like market
niche.
that.
Yeah.
Well, I think last time we ended up speaking more about game news than the actual games we were playing.
Yeah, we did.
But we
So
were
you're at a good spot again because the liches are gone.
Yep.
So you just need to keep all your characters phalanx, like what he was saying, one space away. I move him up to the right of road actually, because Kiwi's got good defense and he benefits from land. So up one, he benefits
I'd
from the land effect.
move one up from Celeste as well, maybe, just so that way you're not congregating everyone in.
Yeah, I would hold off on that because Celeste is kind of going to be your character to kind of bring out the AI, so you're going to kind of inch her up a little bit to the right so that she hits the AI activation points.
Yeah.
But she's out of the way enough that she can't really take damage.
Yeah.
I'm a Bowie two behind road because if Bowie dies, you're done.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Everyone else is on shield. I move him to the right. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. With you talking about like the enemy AI lines, it just made me think of. Did you play Path of Radiance, John? The GameCube Fire Emblem game.
Yes, I actually owned it for a while, and I sold it, and I'm very upset about that.
So hold on. Which one needs it? There you go. Good.
Yeah, so Path of Radiance is worth like, is it nearly £200 now?
Yep, that sounds about right.
If anyone is watching this video, I will now make you a trade offer. My copy of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, your £200. But yeah, there's a guy doing a speedrun on it, and he speedruns that game, if you remember playing it, John. And he speedruns it.
Yep. I would not
in
do
about,
this. Yep.
Yeah. He does it in about 5 to 7 hours, the whole game, or something ridiculous.
That's
I'll have to
crazy.
find you the speedrun. And someone's basically like, oh yeah, there's like these invisible lines that when you cross them, like the enemies come active, which a lot of players sort of work out. And it was just really funny when he's doing the speed run and he's like, at this point, important plot character has important plot point happen here, but because we're playing as fast as we can, you get no cutscenes.
Oh, okay.
And someone in the crowd, when they explain that, just goes, "I've not played this game." And it'd be the equivalent of, you know, when the Simpsons go on about like when they leave and Homer goes, "Who would have believed that Darth Vader was Luke's father?" It's that like level of spoiler.
Yeah.
And someone in the crowd's like, "Thanks."
So move her down one and then have her do a holy ring on Karna.
Keep feeding her.
Is she still?
She's got 1 less HP, so it's Slade, and you want to build up Sheila's XP.
Feed them.
Oh, are you trying to get her to like 45 MP?
Yep,
I
that's
see.
one regret I have.
Yeah.
I wanted to be so she didn't have access to Atlas 2 till later on in the game, and that's a regret I have with Sheila. I would honestly stay there. Maybe do attack on Kiwi. But I would stay. I would keep your formation going.
How are we dealing with the demon then? Are we just letting him do his thing and until he gets
Yeah,
closer.
you could pull Celeste back, have her attack. If you want to do that, go ahead. That's if you're just gonna do RF4 to heal Celeste, I would go for that.
Yeah. We're not short on MP or anything, so I mean, I don't see that there is a downside to it.
Yeah, Alex condones messages.
By the way, if anyone's watching this right now and they're feeling like, well, John's not even really playing this, it's basically Alex playing this. Yes. Yes, that is how that is. Because you've seen me try this, and it's not gone well. So I would like to show everybody that it is possible to beat this.
With the help from the creator.
Yeah. All it requires is strategic thinking, patience, and not to answer questions.
Well, it's a good thing I healed her, isn't it? Oh, wait, never mind.
Pointless at this point, isn't it?
Wow.
You activated that AI, though. You brought him out, though, and that's what's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here comes... Oh.
Well, okay, so it's going to be hard, but you're kind of want to go to hold that. I wouldn't move too much more past where Celeste was. I'd keep Taya there since she's kind of squishy. But you're going to bring out not all the characters, but like Matul will be one, but she won't have like the succubi there.
Yeah.
To help her. If that makes sense.
So are we holding?
Move Slade up one and do Muddle 2.
Yeah.
Live the dream, John.
Come on. Come on, hit rate. Come on, hit rate.
Come on.
No.
Screw you, hit rate. God damn it.
Hey, move Kiwi up to where Celeste was. Breath 2.
Yeah.
No pressure, John.
I mean,
he's only our most valuable attacker right now. No pressure.
Well, he's probably going to die to Machula next turn, so...
Move up one Magic Arrow.
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm saying what you're already planning on doing.
Yeah. No, that's fine. But yeah, I think Kiwi's probably going to die next turn, but yeah.
There you go. Move... Okay. How risky are you feeling?
Behind Kiwi and Bolt? Or...
Bolt for space, bottom right of Kiwi. Yeah, right there.
It gets rid of the demon. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. It might also cause the angel to want to cast aura randomly on the archer.
There's only one angel, and she's pretty far away. Move to the right, to right of Kiwi.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in it now.
Oh,
you
no.
Sure you don't want a save state here?
Do you think?
I would do another save state, maybe like save state 12.
Screw it.
Yeah.
Sage ring on Kana.
What? Who? That's Taya. Karna needs it though, right? Yeah, and you're far enough away from Atula that she's not going to target them.
Yeah.
When she does inevitably make her
descent.
A rival.
Yeah.
Makes her entrance.
Do attack on Slade, actually, because Slade's got really, really high. Yeah, you could do that. Because of his high base attack?
Yeah.
What? When I was a kid and that sound effect came on that was on for attack, and it sort of started doing that.
Target bow even boost too.
Yeah. I always used to feel that like
down,
really hype.
Oh, what am I doing?
Boosted, there you go.
Yeah, sorry.
Get the juice out.
You know, it's funny that one of the things like all three of us probably experienced was the underwater Sonic running out of breath sound effect.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum,
Is that how you feel right now?
Not quite. With you saying like, you know, the sound effect being something that you remember, like That's always something that stayed with me. In fact, I wonder... Oh, please, not another double attack. Man, that guy. Will he survive this, do you think?
Live!
Maybe.
Live.
Maybe. Yes! Yes!
Okay, alright. Do we just go all out and kill her now?
I'm gonna try not to get too animated. Neptune 2 on the archer. Neptune. Whatever. You're not.
It doesn't matter at this point, really, does it?
Neptune 1. I forgot how low he was. Overkill. All right. So yeah, you're gonna want to surround Metula.
Damn. Come on, dodge. Come on, dodge.
Dodge! Yes! Yes!
All right. Okay. All right.
Oh, yeah.
We willed it into existence.
All right. Don't put Bowie in that. Well, Bowie's a good attacker. How high is it? How high is Bowie's agility? Let's see who's getting a turn after him. Okay, so he's got maxed out agility right now.
Yeah.
Which means Metula's gone twice.
Yep.
So everyone else should also get a turn.
Mm-hmm.
So what I might do, don't heal Kiwi yet. I would have Sarah do that.
Yeah.
I would target Metula with Bolt 3 though, and then when you get the chance, have her get surrounded by Road, Gaian, and Slade.
Okay. With like Gian on the top.
I would do Road on top because Road can actually probably get around the easiest.
All right. Okay.
He's got the highest move.
120. That's good. Breath.
Check her attack and check his attack.
217.
She's got 100 defense. So you're dealing 117 with his regular attack.
With the possibility of a double.
Also a possibility of a dodge. But her agility is only in the 70s, so he's probably gonna hit.
Alright, let's roll the dice.
He doesn't dodge very often.
93.
There's some wiggle room with
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Do a flip.
That's fine, he's boosted, so I mean...
Yeah, go around on top of the road and then attack with the Metula.
With the magic arrow?
With the archer's knife. You want to get that stun.
Okay, yeah. No stun, alright.
And then Gaian.
For that stun.
So, and here's what's gonna
There we go.
Yes!
Oh, and they have to be very happy with that. Let's see that in an action replay. Yes, they're all very ecstatic. See Metula being stunned by Gian there. Back to the action.
Keep them boosted.
Yeah.
Keep attacking Metula, and you win.
Yep. Yeah, Road MVP.
Yeah, he didn't stun him.
Would have been better if he had stunned that turn. All right, so you're gonna do. Check all your guys. Real quick. 100.
49.
I think everyone's more or less full HP apart from
Kiwi.
Talia's only got 35. Do Atlas 1 on the ninja.
Like that.
Actually, never mind. On Metula. Do it on Metula.
Yeah.
It won't do as much. It won't do too much damage, but it'll do something. Yeah, like 50.
But she's got the magic MP boost.
She does. Now, yeah, you're gonna heal up. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, at this point, Metula's actually not gonna attack.
No, because she's stunned.
Well, not just as she's stunned, she has she's going to prioritize healing, so she's going to be doing Aura 4 on herself every turn, which sounds bad, and it's not great, but it also... So I would move up 1 and do boost 2 on the 3, on your 4 ladies there.
Yep.
But it's not bad because you're only really worried about Matula. Ugh. I'm just saying, are the rest of the guys really a priority at this point? Like,
once Matula's dead, like this is a cakewalk.
By comparison, yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now, what? It's gonna hit. It's gonna hit.
Everything.
It didn't
Everything
hit. The one time it didn't actually hit. Oh wait, this guy's gonna one shot Slade.
I invoked my creator powers.
For a minute,
Right.
and I was like, did Slade do the dodge? There you go.
All right.
Do we get another turn before Matula?
No, but I would move up and do Missile 4 on Matula.
Missile 3 is the best thing.
Not there.
Oh, yeah.
Slightly not ideal spot, but it's fine. You'll be able to kill her. This is good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I don't mind her doing
good.
this. No, because she's doing that instead of attacking, which is a real bad thing. So
you can't come back. You can hit her more. You can't come back from her killing your guys more.
Yeah. Agreed.
This is so exciting, John. You have no idea. I am so happy to see this.
Well, you know, it is possible. I just needed some guidance from the guy who's done it like 50 times.
Yeah. Alex turning a little bit into Nicola Sturgeon at the beginning of the pandemic of, you know, the economy may suffer, but we can bring back the economy. We can't bring back victims of the pandemic.
Wow, let's just get real for a second there, Gareth.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
We're just attacking Matula, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yep, you're
do it. And again,
it would have been poetic justice to have Slade deal the killing blow, but, you know, not to be, unfortunately.
Yeah. Remember, if he kills them with the Gisarm, we're guaranteed to win.
Heal her, or no, actually, use Aura 3 on Taya. The Holy Ring on Taya. Or no, I guess not. Well, it doesn't matter. Slade's most of the way healed.
Yeah.
And he can dodge pretty well, too.
Famous last words.
Oh, I thought that would do more. Oh well. At least.
Yeah, I always thought that the Holy Ring was actually like. It's good in idea, but it's.
Yeah.
This kills her, right?
Go for it. Yes, because it'll hit them too.
Yeah.
And it might kill her.
There you go.
Yeah.
Kill them! Kill them all!
There we go.
Proof that Kiwi is the best character in this mod.
Yes.
You know the best part about all this is?
Go on.
You don't have to space out your guys anymore.
No, I don't.
And you only got 10 gold from killing Matula.
Is that what it was?
What a rip.
Somebody needs healing.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
I've got Kana coming up. She'll cast Aura 4.
I like how Alex trolls even at the end. Like, you've killed Matula, you can't spend the money on anything, so 10 gold.
10 gold.
Sorry for y'all to read the last bit of dialogue I put in here.
All right. It just made me think of the Zelda developers.
Move up. Can you do what level? Oh, that works. That works. Go for it. That'll kill the archer.
Yeah.
And then ninja.
Yeah. It just made me think of the Zelda developers. There's a section in Wind Waker where you can keep falling down these holes in a dungeon to fight harder and harder fights all the way through. And in the West, you actually get a decent item. But in Japan, you get 15 rupees for it. So you get the equivalent of like 1 rupee per level that you go down.
Wow.
But in this like boss rush fight. And it's like, has Alex considered working for Nintendo Japan?
Yeah, I mean, if Nintendo were hiring, yeah, I would drop everything to go and do that job.
Would you really?
Yeah, I think I would. I always wanted to do something in video games and just it never happened. So,
I mean, you're making this content now.
I mean, this is basically my attempt to get into that sort of space. But if anyone ever were to watch this stuff, like, you know,
Nintendo Senpai, notice me.
yeah,
They would see you're working with me and go, ugh, look at that vile American. The way he talks, it's so crass. He can't even do grammar good.
I mean,
I do grammar good.
You do grammar good?
Bolt on. Yeah, it's Bolt for.
Yes.
Bolt
yes.
for the angel, but
Well, Bolt will do neutral damage to the archer,
That's
which
right.
is still substantial. So.
But yeah, I think as much as it would suck for my family to have to move to Japan, I've always wanted to go to Japan and never have. So, you know,
We were supposed to go before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were gonna go to Japan.
Oh man. Where were you? Is it just Tokyo you were thinking of going to?
I think it's Tokyo. My wife is like a total like weeb.
Yeah.
Basically, like she just.
Oh right. I wonder why I got on with so well with her. Yeah.
no wonder in the conversation we had the other night that we basically ignored Alex and just spoke to his lovely wife instead. Because we are
very
also
nice.
weebs.
I'm mean. She's nice. It works out great.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Do it on the middle succubus. Oh yeah, or
Yeah.
that one. It'll hit all of them regardless.
Hit everything.
Or nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nope.
Hey!
Yay!
No.
Yeah, all the people that could actually do something. No.
Hey,
The angel,
no.
however.
It incapacitated the healer.
Slade's poisoned, though.
That's true.
Thundering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got the guy just muddled.
By the way, Alex, your choice of T-shirt is perhaps not the best one to be sticking up your arms with.
Yeah.
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 Put it on this side, just this one.
I can tell
always
you've been
remember-
working. You've been flexing that brain.
Yeah.
Dude, I was getting in. I'm still getting into it. Have her use the sage ring on herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I can think of is I always remember. I can't remember what the cartoon was, but it was a Saturday morning cartoon as I was like coming and going from the room, and this guy turns to someone, and this woman says to a female character says, "Oh, you stink," and he just turns to her and goes, "Real men smell and real women like it," and his other cohort goes, "I don't think you get to make that choice."
It's happened a couple times in these videos too. But I'm also I get like into it, so you really see it because I'm always like moving my arms. Like,
Yeah, you're very animated. No, I like that. I think that's good energy for everyone watching.
I get very excited about. I'm honestly I'm just a very excited individual.
That's fine because
Yeah.
like I think that's good. That's basically showing the difference between English people and Americans. I think that's the Great Demon's stunned, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. If Road attacks him though, he'll kill him.
Yeah, I may as well. May as well
23
attack and finish him off. Actually,
Yeah. Because
Either
got
way,
them
you're
up.
good, really.
the sure
I think
could
it-
kill someone. I'm pretty sure the Great Demon's like its attack's not really that high.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you say about the archers too, and then they one-shot Celeste.
No, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's why I took him out.
There.
And Gian, after his pre-battle drink, has a chance of hitting this guy. So,
So was other than Kiwi, who was the MVP in this fight?
is this where you're trying to fish out a compliment? And it's like, it was you, Alex. Thank you for your
No,
great
I mean,
wisdom.
It
and
was-
guiding-"
It was
Mr.
Gian for the stun on Machula.
I actually thought this battle with the characters you have left, they all did a good job of shining for their part.
With you actually mentioning MVP, is there a way to get the game to the analytics for that?
No,
do, like-
I mean the only analytics you really get are the number of kills and the number of defeats for
Yeah.
each character.
Well, Fire Emblem from the GameCube era onwards actually rates at the end of your battle who was the MVP.
It does do that. Yeah. Although I question its ability to make that choice.
Well, largely it's down to it works out the amount of damage taken versus the amount of damage
dealt. Yeah.
See, but that's not all. If you have like not Slate obviously, but a good status effect user, like that's not necessarily gonna show.
Freeze or bolt?
Freeze level 3.
From what I remember, Fire Emblem doesn't really have status effects. It's like all direct damage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think there's some BS stuff where like enemies can attack you from like half the map away. That always annoyed me.
That's only if they've got specific spell items and stuff like that.
They suck. I hated those.
Is it Balone? Is the fire one?
Something like that. Surprisingly enough, the guy who likes turtling doesn't like items that can attack you from far away. Weird that, right?
Which is weird, because if you got to use it, you'd love it.
Oh yeah, I definitely would. Wow!
I once had that conversation with one of my friends at a Magic event, and he always used to complain that he hated such and such of a deck because of the way it played. I went, okay, how would you feel if you were playing that deck? And he was like, it's great. I was like, there you go then.
I remember specifically going to a Street Fighter 4 event in Lancaster where Gareth lives. And Gareth,
is it one that I arranged?
I think it might have been, because I remember getting invited by you to go to it. And I went, yeah, sure. I didn't really like... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I don't play a lot of Street Fighter. Before we finish the game, I get to use... what is it? Zeus 2. Finally.
The strongest spell in the game.
Yeah. But so I got invited to go up there and do it, and my character was who's
Ibuki.
Sorry,
Ibuki, the ninja.
Ibuki, yeah. And her ability to keep away was unprecedented, really, wasn't it? Her poke was annoying as anything, and surprisingly enough, that sort of like went well with my playstyle. Shockingly enough. So I enjoyed playing as her, and I remember specifically one guy, he started trash talking because he couldn't beat my keep away tactics, and he actually like got quite up in my face about it. It was hilarious to see. I don't think you saw it, did you, Gareth?
No, I think you told me about it after the event.
It was funny. It was so funny. This guy getting so upset about this game I couldn't give two hoots about. I don't think I've got anything for Taya to do. Nope. But yeah, I just find it funny. Like it's sort of like the embodiment of the internet generation now, like, and how upset people can get about things and how they deal with it.
Oh, yeah. I was actually talking about this the other day, playing Street Fighter 4 online, and some Irish gentleman kept messaging me, claiming, quote unquote, hang on.
It's the end of a long road. Agreed. Neither devil nor God. All bends to your will.
I stole that from Digital Devil Saga, but I thought
it
was fitting. Yeah.
That's the thing, actually, before we get back to what you said, Gareth. Are you going to get a Digital Devil Saga Nocturne?
You mean Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne? Yeah, I'm probably going to get that.
I've never played it, but I definitely have heard good things about it and would like to try it.
It's one of the best games ever. It is, hands down, one of the greatest games of all time. If you disagree, if you're watching this video and you disagree with me, you're wrong. You're patently wrong. I'm sorry. You don't know what you're talking about. It's a fantastic game.
No pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I basically on Street Fighter 4 had an Irish guy complaining at me, and he was sending me voice messages. And I realized he didn't understand how the game's throw mechanic worked. So I was using jab to make him block, and then while he was blocking, I was doing a thing called throw teching. If anyone's ever watched Gamer Girl on Netflix, it mentions it in that. And I was throw teching him, and I just got this, oh, you're a big piece of, and I just responded with, I just want to hold you.
So, what did we think?
So there were definitely parts where like the whole mod was a big steaming pile, but for the most part, it was all right. It was okay. I think everyone could agree with me that it was all right.
Specifically,
It was hard. It was difficult.
good.
If you play this mod, just remember, if you're watching this and you play this mod, that your tears and joy both sustain Alex in ways that you don't understand due to whatever strange ritual with whatever devils or outer planetary entities he may have forged at his own whims. It's been a great series. It's been great. I've been happy to be here with John for the last 30 episodes, doing this, chatting to some of the guys in comments, reading some of the crazy theories and ideas and people's rage. So thank you. And I'm sure
let my thought help out John here and there, and let my thoughts on Avatar known to the world. I'm happy John's provided me a platform for that, and I hope to continue to spread the truth about Avatar.
There you go. That's the podcast, John. We just argue with Alex week in, week out over why he's wrong on Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar is a wonderful piece of motion history that everyone should experience. Don't let Alex cloud your judgment. It's wonderful and deserves its place in the sun. With all that being said, I have had a lot of fun making this series with everybody. I'd just like to take this moment for the entire audience to say thank you to Alex for making something that everyone can enjoy. For the most part, apart from the Camila fight, but we got past that. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I hope most people have enjoyed it. I think they have. We will let everybody know shortly when we are going to do the next thing, but I might take a week off. I don't know. We will see what happens. But yeah, I think that's going to be it from us. It's going to be like a 2-hour video at this point. I might have to do some cuts, but from myself, from Alex, and from Gareth, just like to say thank you to everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, friends.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, all.